Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition, the Redo edition, or just a special edition of the Tuesday. Wow, I did say it. It echoed. Tuesday. Nightmare.
And the crowd goes wild.
It's going deep. He shanked it foul. Oh, wrong sport. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. He's D.A. Roberts. He's the Nightmare Hunter. And I am Magnesium Enema. The original Nightmare Hunter. Actually, it's great. We just decided to do something last minute. I am going to go to work tomorrow still, but I'm going to call it half a day because it is my privilege. Tomorrow, I will be adding... Oh, and there's our first light. Cat Dolman. That's quick. So tomorrow, I'm going to be adding another candle, and I'm looking forward to it. So I will be going to work tomorrow, but I will be leaving early. So, and Roger Peacock joins us again. That is absolutely awesome. You guys know it. 30 likes. We're doing that. Passing by and hit likes. So both can drink. Yes. Thank you. Let's do it. Cat Dolman. Thank you. We salute you. And, of course, Roger Peacock. Thank you. We salute you as well.
Thank you, Roger.
I'd almost say thank you, but I know you're talking to someone else at this point. But that's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do it again. We're going to mess around. I think we're going to be discussing some more cryptids and stuff. I know DA wasn't able to hear me when I was rummaging because it dawned on me. These are my old Mysteries of the Unexplained books. There is so much material. These are
Great
the old
books.
These are the old time life books. And I have a lot of material that I'm going to be reaching into the well. Again, Mysteries of the Unknown. These are the old time life books. This is how sad my life is, folks. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, before I was married, before I even had kids, I was spending like $15 a book because I wanted to have a library for the future children that I figured I was going to have. And guess what? My two daughters, they have about 500 books, novels, materials. Do you know how many they picked up? Hell, do you know how many times they've even looked at them? Yeah. Well, Time Life stayed open for another year because of me. God bless them. But
I still want to find those books. You can run across them once in a while at used.
eBay as well, entire sets. We're going to be referring to these books over the next few episodes. Videos or Visions and Prophecies. We have UFO Phenomenon. If I'm not mistaken, this is the book that has the image of the Men in Black. When the movie in 1997, when Men in Black debuted, I remember my significant other saying, "Wow, what a creative invention." What do you mean? It's a wonderful story, yes. Well, no, the whole concept of the Men in Black. I said, "Sweetheart, this goes back a ways." And I believe this is the book, and I'm going to see if I can find it, where it has an image. And this book dates back to the 80s, and it talks about Project Blue Book, the aliens. But, oh, there it is. Guys, check this image out. The Men in Black, the original Men in Black. That is awesome. Crazy. And we'll read that. And now we're getting the likes a lot. But they're called the Ominous Men in Black. I'll read a little bit of it. That way I won't be able to get into a bit of trouble, but I have to cite it. Wow. Thomas Whitney, Todd Hunter, thank you, one and all. We salute you.
Gracias.
Thank you for spending time with us. As always, if you care to join us and you want to join us, you know what to do. For those associated with NDB Media, I was a bad boy. I did not post it in the group, but I'm going to go ahead and do that now in the NDB Media host page. So Tuesday Nightmare Hunter. The code is in there. It's funny. The Tuesday Nightmare Hunter in America. Oh, I put Nightmare Hunger.
Nightmare Hunger. Hunter Hunger.
That is
601.
Yeah, sorry about that. So I'm going to put that one in there. And the code, there it is. So like I said, if anyone cares to join us, we're going to be shooting from the hip a little bit today, but we are going to be talking about a few other items as well. And there's just so much to talk about. But look, check it out. Kat Dahlman says passing by and hit like so you can both drink. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then she posts something else. What is this, DA?
Verona. That was on the show the other day.
Yes.
She put up a new article on cryptids.
Oh, who are the men in black? I didn't even know that. And check this out. Oh,
she does all kinds of cryptid related articles.
Oh yes, definitely check out Todd's. Do we have to give him a cent? Are we even entitled to give him a cent to this? Do we get to drink when you drink? I may have been playing this game wrong. Todd, join us, please. Please. No, we are not worthy. Do not ask us. This is a journey that we're all taking together. Oh, did I just steal a line from DA? I think I did. I believe I did. But DA, in addition to the other two books, look at the last one that I have. Actually, I have about 11 of these books. Mysterious Creatures.
There we go.
So we are going to be talking about this stuff as we move forward. Some of these images are just unbelievable. But unfortunately, some of this material may be a tad dated, but it is from Time Life. And the copyright on these books, whoa, we're flying on the likes right now.
Woohoo!
Wow.
That's a love.
This is really crazy.
We got some love. And we got another one. Josh Dalton gave us a like. Sergio Lamelli gave us Sergio Lamelli gave us a like. Josh Dalton gave us a love.
I do not find the copyright date on this book. It must be at the very end then because of the way Time Life was doing it. Check it out. This book, the copyright is, wow, where is it? 1988, folks. 1988. I wasn't kidding. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's the year I graduated high school.
Yeah, I graduated in 87. So go figure. I was already purchasing these books for the family. Ladies and gentlemen, Low Key 99.9 Point Live. We are in the Central Valley, California. Don't forget to join us. You may find us on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Look for NDB Media and or The Nightmare Hunter. And you may also find other links over at daroberts.net, ndbmedia.net, and just find us everywhere and anywhere. Thank you, Mr. Lamelli, for doing that. Folks, I think I have a new call sign. I'd like to know, I would like to know what my call sign is. As you know, I've gone by Palpatine for the longest time, and that dates back to 2011, to the Arab Spring. I don't know if you've heard that story, but when all the petty little dictators were falling, I'm not trying to minimalize what was happening, but, you know, the Arab Spring, when all the dictators were falling, there was a joke about us having a dictator in house. So there was talk about maybe our dictator needs to be brought down. And I famously made the Halsey line, contrary to public opinion, this dictator is still in charge. I gave a whole big old speech about still being in charge. And ever since then, the dictator thing just stuck. And it was Palpatine forever at that point. But we are getting several likes on several other pages. I do want to thank everyone. As a matter of fact, Casey Shapiro gave us a like on the NDB Media host page. So we do appreciate that. What is that? Scaredy cat? I hope you're not accusing me of being a scaredy cat there, pal. But we'll see. So
I was suggesting flare gun for those of you who have read Lake View 2.
Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. Scaredy cat. Oh, okay. All right. I got it. I'm sorry. I missed it. He was already responding. So, yes, a new call sign. So, what is it? Flare gun?
I said flare gun. He's saying scaredy cat.
Okay, folks, screw it. Let's see what we can get. Flare gun, scaredy cat. Geez. I might even ask DA to put this up on the website. And see what would happen. And let me see. I got to write the names down. Too far behind, Roger. I don't know what that means. Oh, Dream was around that time and all that dictator stuff was going on. So we'll see. Once again, I know Josh Dalton gave us a like. And Kat Dahlman. Let me see. Who else do we have here that gave us a like? I do apologize. We had Joshua Dalton, Sergio Lomeli. I got to write these names down. And that way, remember, 30 likes, folks. Everyone watching us, 30 likes. And too far behind, Roger. I get it. Just finished Horned Moon. Yes, DA made it very clear to me. Todd Hunter. That's a wonderful last name. I was thinking that might have been my call sign, Hunter, or Nightmare. Some people would probably say Nightmare would be apropos. But Scaredy Cat, that's kind of funny. Okay. And which is the one that you had for me, sir?
I said flare gun.
Okay, yes. Okay, so I'm going to write those down right now. Flare gun, Scaredy Cat. Damn you. Scaredy Cat. I do have Hunter only because, but it's kind of lame, I guess. A Nightmare. And we'll see. We'll see what else everyone else comes up with.
I can breathe a sigh of relief. I have been waiting with bated breath for Roger to get to the scene that everybody's aware of. I wanted to know what he thought of the flare gun scene, and now I get to know.
This was Roger reading it when I finally realized Yellow Belly. I wrote it down. Yellow Belly. That's kind of funny. High insurance premium. What the hell? That's actually rather funny.
The rental car.
Yes, that's damn funny. I got that now.
Todd Hunter says, I'll share Hunter with you, brother.
I know, I saw that, and I kind of waved a little bit. Thank you. High insurance premium. That one's out there, but that one's kind of funny. Actually, they all are, folks.
Captain Deductible.
Captain Deductible. Wow. Look, for those that have read the books now, I am at the point where they're all having a meal, and I guess they're deciding, chills and shakes. What the hell, Sergio?
Too funny.
Damn, it is. I've got to write down low-key 99.9 live.
Dream got you again.
Mad Hatter. That's funny. That's crazy, folks. I do appreciate that. I'm not so certain that I want to put it out to a vote because I'm going to lose. But Porky? Because the hat, right? Yes. The pork pie hat. It's pretty good. All right, folks. I have the T-shirt again, Believe. So I'm not going to lift up my arm because it may show how many. Oh, we got another one. Mexican Shaggy. Oh, my goodness.
Zoinks.
Oh, I wish I would have done that. Mexican Shaggy. Guys, this is funny. Oh, my God. DA, we may be stuck.
Hey, Josh. Yeah. Josh says, what's up, Cryptid fam? And then Thomas says, yeah, the hat, sure.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, all right. We appreciate you guys all. So we are going to get to a lot of stuff. It's going to be a bit open. So I said, as everyone who's here, and we got another like, we're going to get to it right now. Folks, remember, at 30 likes, we will be handing out another card, an Amazon card. And who knows? You can buy a book there, or two, or three, or one. We'll see.
Got 2 more likes from Altar Media and Josh Jones.
Oh, my goodness. We're even further up. I do apologize. You are right. Josh Jones, All Tower Media. So, All Tower. Wow. Okay, I believe we had 7 or 8 likes yesterday. And, we're already past that now.
We're done.
Adam Shepard.
Thank you, Adam.
Yes, thank you. I guess to shut me up, Adam just likes. It works. Call sign Yankee. That one might be a little obvious, but I'm okay. I like these suggestions, folks, but I do. But once again, all kidding aside, this is going to be an open night. We are going to be talking about cryptids, probably a little more than we did yesterday. But let me tell you, yesterday when DA and I finished, we were tired, both of us. But you know what? The first words out of DA's mouth was, "You stupid mother." Oh, no, just kidding. No, I appreciated what DA said. He said, dude, I think we had a good program.
Yes, we did.
And I felt we did too. So I'm not trying to do the lightning in a bottle twice. That's why I'm smarter than that. I am asking if anyone wants to join us. You're obviously more than welcome. The code is at the NDB Media host page for those of you associated with NDB Media. For those of you that are not, just go ahead and ask us, send us whatever, and we'll bring you guys on in. We are going to be talking about some stuff that happened today, and Monday Night in America last night was a great show. Thank you, Josh. It's only a great program because of everyone involved. It's not
Exactly.
me. It's not DA. Not Kat. Though Kat had quite a bit to do with it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. Folks, we are nothing without our audience. And I remember the big dog early on said, our fans. And I chastised him. I said, they are not our fans. They are our listeners. How dare us believe that we have fans? No. They are our family. They are our friends. They are our listeners. And that's the way I've always seen it. And that's the way it's going to be. So, all good. I appreciate the suggestions. I like Yankee. I got to write it down. It's funny, but Mexican Shaggy actually... High insurance premium is funny.
Yes, it is.
And that is actually funny.
Thank you, Josh.
HIP, which is short for high insurance premium. That's funny. Now, I think another call sign could either be Jeep Liberty, which is really funny. I don't know if I ever told this to DA, but I rented out a Jeep Liberty once, and I loved that. I had it for 3 days. And it's a nice vehicle.
That's
an around town vehicle.
That's why I chose the Jeep Liberty, because you told me about renting one time. I'm like, oh, Roger rented a Jeep Liberty when we went here.
So of course, what does a tourist do when he gets in the mountains? Rents the city vehicle, Jeep Liberty. Yeah, I did tell you about that one. What are the suggestions for
Roger's new nickname,
other than magnesium enema?
Because he finally reached that part of the book.
And 1040 Easy E. Wow! This is crazy, man.
That's a great one.
Actually, it is. Night one. This is 1040 Easy E over. Night one, go ahead. We got our target. We painted it. We're going on our run now. Go ahead, 1040 Easy E. High insurance premium Shaggy. Hips. Oh my goodness. So folks, everyone has to have a call sign. So I'm going to throw it out there. Look, DA has a call sign. It's, it could be Wiley, which I think I think it's Grant, quite frankly, but it could be Wiley. It could be Odin's son, now that I know. But we'll do this. I'm going to start tonight. Come up with some names, and maybe we will ask for a vote, but I'm afraid the one that's going to win is Scaredy Cat. Tower, this is Scaredy Cat, over. Permission to buzz the tower.
Negatory Scaredy Cat, the pattern is full.
I was going to say, that's a negative Scaredy Cat. With a name like that, you ain't buzzing anyone. Oh my goodness, that is one of the better moments in Top Gun. And it's funny because he gets busted for doing it the first time, and at the very end of the movie, remember, God damn that guy, which was great.
F-14 Tomcat, baby.
Oh, what a weapon! But this is really good. So I'm writing these down, and I think it's absolutely awesome. Who was our last like? Okay, it was Adam Shepard. Yes. All right.
Thank you, Adam.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 likes right now. If we get up to 30, we'll be handing out the code to an Amazon card.
If we get to 12 likes, I'll sing. If we get to 15, I'll stop.
I don't know if that's a crucible. We have some brave souls here, DA. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really looking forward to see if my daughter's going to jump in. The Noriega nerd. TNN. The Noriega nerd. That's funny. I gotta admit, 1040 Easy E is really good.
That one is really good. Kind of appropriate.
I'm flattered, folks, by all these suggestions. These are damn funny. Flare Gun, Scaredy Cat, of course, mine, Nightmare and Hunter, Yellow Belly, High Insurance Premium, and High Insurance Premium Shaggy, Chills and Shakes, Mad Hatter. Actually, these are good, guys. Mexican Shaggy, Yankee, 1040 Easy E, and the Noriega Nerd. Yes. My assistant was here for a short while, and I told her I don't have it in me to work tonight. I just don't. So, was it animal abuse? Dude, he was going to part me in half. Joshua, on what little authority I have, I order you to join the program, and we'll discuss it on air, whether it's animal abuse or not. Dude, he was about to part the jewels. It'd be worse than the Red Sea.
Did you put the link in the chat room?
For what?
For the show.
Oh, no, I did not. We'll do that right now.
Otherwise, I'd have to send it to Josh.
Yeah, there it is. We just put it everywhere, folks. So once again, we are on NDB Media over on Twitch. We are on
Remember, Roger, we can only have up to 10 people.
And even if we go premium, the other premium, we can still only have up to 10 people. You guys...
But with the other premium, we can put on more spaces, so that would be good.
Which I think that's what we're going to do. I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm actually doing a little bit of budgeting right now. And I even told my assistant, Claudia, who was here. Claudia is the one that posted the last time, remember? And live from your garage. That was funny.
I talked to Kat for quite a while after last night.
Yeah.
And I think when Wicked Little Things comes back from hiatus, when she feels ready to do it, we want to talk to you about hosting it on NDB Media.
I think the conversation's over.
I told her you'd be more than happy to do it. So, Kat, if you're listening, see, Roger's on board.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. I'm grandfathered in on everything. So I'm able to do 3 hours live with 1 hour, what we call extra innings, which is not live but still recorded. And I can do it twice a day. No one else can do that because there are different premium levels. I'm grandfathered in because I'm so old. Because I've been on Blog Talk Radio for so long.
I'm old.
So I can't do that. The voices that you do. Now, I was trying to experiment with the reading of the book when my assistant was here. Yeah, she bailed after a page and a half. The text messages were flying, and I know what it was. She sent a message. She goes, "My boss is reading a book to me. I need help. Text me." I was like, well, there went that. Didn't even get a chance to hit on her, man.
When my wife and I were dating, we went to the park. And I spread a blanket out. We had a picnic lunch, and I had her lay down and put her head on my leg, and I started reading The Hobbit to her, and I think she fell asleep 2 pages in.
Well, I just thought it was funny that the text started flying, man. So, but I'm like, it's all right. But folks, wow, what a lot of material that you guys have given us. So Josh was talking about Doug singing the hound dog howling. That was the animal abuse. You know what? We did have a lot of fun last night. I guess that's why we're doing it again.
Oh, absolutely.
And I will be going to work tomorrow morning after all, but I'm only going to put half a day in. And
even then, he's only going to work half as hard.
Sorry, I was crop dusting. Anyway.
Clearing the air, were you? Clearing the baffles?
Actually, it was clearing present danger. Oh, clearing the baffles, yes.
Crazy Ivan, crazy Ivan.
Stop, quick, quiet. And I did. I'll stop, quick, quiet.
You cleared the baffles.
The funny thing is, very few people know what we're talking about. Talk about having a common shared language. Oh, I think I stuttered again. A common shared language. The DA and I, we just go wild on the Tom Clancy stuff, and others, of course. But I was just kidding around, DA. There was something I was going to say that, yeah.
Raj, including one way the hell out of Pearl.
Now, here's one way the hell out of Pearl. Very good, yes. That was, you know what? That was a good movie, man.
That's a great movie.
Yes, they are.
Suddenly, every sonar network in the Pacific's listening to Pavarotti.
Paganini.
It's Paganini, Cobb. Pavarotti is a tenor. Paganini was a violinist.
It's my story.
And I'm not chief of the boat.
I'm just Sheena, queen of the jungle. Oh my god! By the way, did you know that?
Tell it right, Cobb.
Right? Did you tell it right, Cobb? You know that he was the writer of the movie.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, and when you look him up, he's got some serious credits to his name.
Jonesy, the guy that played Jonesy.
No, Cobb.
Oh, the Cobb. Oh, that's cool. I always thought you meant Jonesy. I love that actor that played Jonesy. He cracks me up.
It is the tad Epicurean, or not Epicurean, but aristocratic.
He had good taste in music.
Yeah.
Any guy that would reconfigure a sonar array to play classical music is my kind of guy.
And guys, that's not far-fetched. You've had coworkers that have done that. But speaking of coworkers, and returning to my original display of disgust, is I am so disappointed that DEA said I would only work half as hard. I never, ever once implied that I was going to go to work. I said I was going to report in.
He's not doing anything. He's deadheading it for half a day.
How many times has Dream called me, said, "Hey, Raj, you working?" Well, I'm at work.
I'm at work. So,
no. And I always say that. I'm at work. Well, that doesn't answer anything. Why don't you ask your question again and see what happens? And the funny thing is, I will not admit to how many times I get people to ask the same stupid question over and over. That is a skill that few people have. But speaking of such, worth the skills, I will be tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to take me to lunch. And once lunch is done, I'm going home.
Deuces, I'm out.
Yeah, that's it. So there's a lot of good stuff. Yes, Josh, there's an open flame hazard. But that's why I was offended. Because DA implied that I was going to do something. I'm like, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's my holy day, my personal day. And I will go in. So I don't know how long we're going to be up. Don't care. I ain't doing anything. That's just the way it is. So once again, folks, if you guys want to join us, we'd love to have you on. Code's in there. We'll put it on again if we need to. But it's really, really cool. Last night was a fun program. And we've been blessed.
It was a hoot and a half.
Yes, and co-hosts. And the commentary from the chat room was par excellence. So, folks, we do need the likes on the YouTube page, the NDB Media channel. We need to get to 100. If you can like the page, that would be awesome. And, yeah. And I don't know what we get with Twitch. But I understand that if we get one view, it means something. So, I think Josh gave us one yesterday, so it felt good that one person was looking at us. Link to YouTube. It's got linked, dude, because it's got less than 100 subscribers. So I will find it right now. And YouTube.com. And then, of course, NDB Media. Let me see. Here it is. And, oh, wow, it's got Monday Night America, and it's got the one that we're doing now. So is anyone watching us there? We've got someone is over on Twitch watching us. Thanks, folks. Let us know who you are and where you hail from.
That's me. I logged into my Twitch, so I'd bring it up, make sure it's running.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go over to NDB Media right now. What? We only have one subscriber?
On your YouTube channel? I got more than that, and mine's terrible. It's like 27.
Yeah,
27 people.
Do you mind?
I'll go subscribe.
I had more than that.
I will go subscribe right now, Raj. NDB Media?
Yeah. This is... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that might have been... Oh, I'm up to 9 subscribers now. That is cool. Uh-oh. There it is. It's let me. I wonder if this will work. This is the old channel. Wow. It's the old Noriega.biz. Folks, that's when we started out. It was a website, Noriega.biz. That was it. Not kidding. It was That's how it became NDB Media. It was the old Noriega.biz website. So anyway,
Hey guys,
some
here's
really
a
old videos.
here's a little blast from the past.
Oh, good God. Go ahead, play it.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure I don't think they can hear the audio.
No, but yes, that's in one of my. That's I think I'm in Southgate at the time. This was a promo back on January 6, 2010. Look, I have a little bit of hair up there, man. I think I still have that yellow shirt.
You look so young, Raj.
Jeez, yeah, sure. But that's it. Yep. But you can see some of the toys up here in the upper right. That's crazy. I still have that baseball and a few others. That's funny, DA. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, wow. So we're doing several now. 100 pounds lighter, Raj. Are you trying to tell me that I'm girthy?
I think you're looking for the word thick.
Oh, good God. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Anyway, folks, we do it really. I'm begging you guys, and once I get to 100, I will be giving out a $10 card for that one because once I get 100 people to the channel, then I can give it its own name. So it would be youtube.com/NDB Media. Wow, with 100 subscribers, that's what it amounts to.
Same thing with
Thank you.
Ozark's Haunted Pathways. I don't have.
There it is. We need help, folks. We really do. And I will support DA on this one as well. Jedi.tax will support Ozark's Haunted Pathways. We will provide a $10 Amazon card as well upon reaching 100 subscribers. And no, it's not going to be the 100th subscriber. It's going to be the first 100 will be eligible for a drawing on that card. So I'm putting that one out there right now, and we do appreciate we do need your help, folks, and it means a great deal to us. So, all right. Anyway, oh wow, okay, liked and subscribe on YouTube.
YouTube.
Thank you, folks.
YouTube.
Yes, we're up to 11 right now. Thank you. So I think that was enough begging for just the time being. We're going to get into some other stuff right now, but I was showing everyone early on that I have Mysteries of the Unknown, UFO phenomenon, mysterious creatures, and I also have visions and prophecies. This can be some material that we're going to be going over the next few weeks.
Heck yeah.
A lot of stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, but I've got to tell you, I was terribly excited. Folks, do you mind if I do a narrative of that scene? Or no, DA, that would kind of blow it, right? Because there are some people that have not read that yet.
True.
Okay, I will read this, and I don't believe it'll ruin it, so forgive me, DA, but here we go. Everyone began loading bags with gear, ammunition, weapons, and other equipment. Amanda considered taking the dogs with her, but decided it might be better to leave them to protect Roger. The creatures had already made an appearance at the cabin, and Roger was passed out and unable to defend himself. Well, for those of you that have read the book, all evidence to the contrary, homies. Flair, baby! Flair!
He's got some flair.
Yes, I was thinking of it too. Off his face. Oh my God, I have flair, baby. Eat that, homie. Mr. I keep thinking of barium enema. I don't know why, but it's magnesium enema. Oh, thank you, Todd. Yes, I did see that earlier, and I'm sorry I did not mention that. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Josh Jones as well. It means a great deal to us. D, I'm going to go on over there, and I think I'm already following Ozark's Haunted Trails, right?
Ozark's Haunted Pathways. I think you are, but I don't know. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me who's following it. Just how many.
Yeah. Same thing here.
I have 25. Woo!
Hey, that's I still had more likes for just one episode.
Oh, I got something in my eye, Raj. Can you see that?
I'm sorry. What is that, DA?
I don't know. It was something terrible in my eye. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I know. It's
Well,
called.
oh God, it's in the other eye now.
Yeah, that was the other episode too. 1927. Hey, 1927. That is funny, folks. Like I said, I don't know why. I think it's because DA is much more professional than I am. There's no doubt about it.
I don't know about that.
On his programs, they are clearly much more professional. So when it comes to
Have you
my
been listening
program,
to my show?
yes, I've been there. That's why
and you,
I don't
and you
interfere.
still say that?
Yes, I think we receive more likes because it's just freer. And I don't mean that as a commentary on society. I mean that it's just freer in what we do on the different programs that we do. We keep it serious, we keep it real. But you know what, DA? We really do have the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde syndrome. Because we have one damn good episode, and then we have the tangential episode, which is all over the place. And that's what this one is. So we had to get it out of our system.
Of course.
What does Josh say right there? In all seriousness, did you see that there was cattle being laid out in West Nevada, Utah, if I remember correctly? No, I do not. And before we answer that one, God bless America there, Josh. You are driving.
How are we doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. And just to let everybody know, I am currently parked. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, how's the weather up there? Because the weather down here is nuts.
Well, snow started probably about 2.5 hours ago. We're supposed to get up to 4 inches.
We yesterday, it was almost 70 degrees, and I was sitting outside in shorts with the dog. And I got up today, and there's snow on the ground. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I saw your post.
It's sticking really good right now too. We've gotten pretty good accumulation.
But the ground is so warm; it's not going to last.
No, but up here because it's what is it? 30. It was 28 back up at my house when I left. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's the temperature's fairly low here too. Let me check my phone.
Yeah, and then Raj out there with palm trees and bikinis.
Everyone else, thank God.
35 degrees.
No bikini for you?
You kidding? He's not waxing.
I respect my audience. I love my audience.
He's the wax squatch. I got Josh.
Gonna make me choke. Oh man.
You're welcome. Love you, brother.
Oh yeah. I'll wait till you
trying to kill you. Trying to kill you, but I gotta love you.
Oh. Yeah, I figured I'd jump on. The trailer's running super late tonight, so they loaded it to the warehouse door about the time I'm supposed to be leaving. So good times.
Well, gotta love that.
Yeah, so I figured I'd jump on with you guys.
We appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure. Let me tell you, I believe Todd is also in Southern California. He says it's 70 and breezy. It's 62 degrees right where I'm at out here in Pomona, California. So.
Whatever was in your idea, I think it's in my eye now.
Yeah, it's catchy. I mean, it must be communicable.
You know, gentlemen, at least when something is in my eye, it's because I need allergy medication.
Oh God, you have
an attitude.
We'll go with that.
I need some good allergy meds. I've been wrecked for the last 2 days. My eyes have been swollen shut. Every time I wake up, it sucks.
Are you able to take anything over the counter, Josh?
Anything and everything. I've not had any reactions to allergy meds, so I'm just trying to find the right one.
Really? Wow. I've
God.
been forced. Oh. I'm just curious if you're going to do the voiceover or you're going to act it out. Because if you're going to act it out, we're going to lose all access to every channel we have right now.
You only learned of the darkness. I was born to it, molded by it. I didn't see the sunlight until I was already a man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good for you.
My wife asks me, why do you need that mask? I'm like, I don't really need it. It's more of a want thing.
I mean, I see that as a business expense. It's
I do-
entertainment
I
for your
totally
for
do.
your show. So
She's like, why is there a Bane mask in the Amazon cart? I'm like, oh, impulse buy, I guess.
it won't be in the Amazon cart for much longer.
Don't
worry about it.
It's not in the cart now, honey. You ordered a Bane mask. What do you need a Bane mask for? It's for the show.
It is, and as a
You are
matter of fact,
legitimate. Yeah, this is the conversation. Are you legitimately going to wear that mask on the show? Well, yeah, why not?
all kidding aside, even if you wear that once, that is a legitimate deduction.
This is
And
the
ladies
third
and gentlemen,
time.
this is 34 years of tax preparation experience. So if you're in need of assistance in finding a good way, I'm sorry, to find out if the endeavor is deductible. Actually, I can tell you this, that if it's your intent to make money, earn money, then all of your Nightmare Hunter adventures are deductible. If there is no serious attempt, then it's a hobby. And at which point you can only claim your deductions as much as your earnings. That's the way it works in the world of hobby. So if you have a genuine, what's it called? Money intent or endeavor. And how do you prove it? Each year, how much you earn goes up. So if you can prove that, chances are that mask is deductible.
This has also got a spot for a filter in it, and they give you really weird looks in Walmart.
Oh, is that where I thought you went into Spencer's with that one?
No.
Speaking of making money, I keep forgetting to ask you, DA, when you get a chance, I need access to the fonts that you use for Ragnarok.
Okay, not a problem.
Because there's a second project we've been slow cooking for a long time that we want to get done for the 10th anniversary.
Okay. I'll put a bunch of them together and send them to you.
Okay.
DA, would you remind the entire audience, please, what was discussed right now about the 10th anniversary?
Oh, doing the
Don't you hate it when people do that?
Yeah. Doing hardback editions, special editions of the original 5 series of Ragnarok. Putting them back together as 5 big books hardbound for the 10th anniversary.
That's awesome.
I think it's just going to be absolutely awesome that we're going to be celebrating 10 years of the Ragnarok Rising saga and the commencement of the DA-verse. And that's a big deal.
Cups up for DA. Coming up on 10 years, man. I remember when you started this and you just saying, I just wish I could sell a couple books and get a ride out of this. And to the moon, brother.
Thank you, man.
I didn't know how to take, cups up because being a baseball player,
cup check, whack.
Actually, I did not have a cup check. I don't know if anyone has heard this story, so sorry, you're going to have to deal with it. Our catcher, this was sophomore year, we were playing La Cañada Flint Ridge, and this unfortunately really did happen. Our catcher, Anthony, we'll leave it at that, was catching, and there this big homegrown Iowa seed was up to bat, dude. Big old monster. He's batting like this, bat's going in that direction. It's right there, and our pitcher, I don't even know who the pitcher was because it's immaterial at this point. Guy's coming up, throws a curveball, goes for it, whack, bam! Gets Tony in the cup, shatters it. We all hear it. Tony doesn't even move. And the ump is like, dude, talk to me. And he just won't even move. And all of us are just, all the jokes of having the jewel shattered. It's happening live. I'm dying. And he just slowly and effortlessly begins to get up and walk around. And lo and behold, what seemed like 18 years, our entire life, spanned in about a minute. Tony walked around, and we were, our backup catcher was already furiously throwing. And no, Tony said, I'm in. But there was a problem. The cup was broken. So right away, when Tony was still going to play in the game, Coach Cody, God bless him, immediately said, we need a cup. And what did they do? The entire team turned to the 9th man on the 8-man pitching staff. Noriega? And I'm like, oh my God, yes. I removed
drop the cup.
No, I did not drop the cup. But fast. I went in there, got the cup. Sorry. and I handed it to him at home plate. And I'm like, ooh, because he was going to remain in the game. And he, God bless him, put the cup in. And surprise, surprise, 1 pitch later, 2 pitches later, he's in. And we're just in awe. We're sophomores. He's my classmate. This kid is unreal. Well, Iowa Seed, even Iowa Seed's like, damn. All right, gets back in there. Didn't even take another one. Next pitch, wham, foul. Broke the cup again. On 2 consecutive pitches, 2 cups were broken.
Jeez.
Needless to say, Tony did not remain in the game.
I would imagine not.
At the second time, God bless him, he was out. But it had really happened. It was there. It was my cup that took it for the second time around. I know, it's disgusting, whatever you want to say. But so, Josh, when you said cup up, I'm like, no. I don't want to play.
That kind of reminds me of a story back when I was a senior in high school. I used to participate in a sport where you would think they would have cups, but I think it would make it worse.
Curling?
No. I used to ride bulls.
On purpose? On
purpose.
Was this a varsity sport?
No, it was an extracurricular. Like, we went to someone who had a small arena. We've actually paid to do this. Yeah,
that's
you can
like
laugh. I didn't do it.
$5 so I can jump off the cliff and be an idiot.
I didn't do it for very long because I ended up getting hurt. I got stepped on. But the same day I got stepped on, this other guy got tossed forward onto the horns, ripped his pants open at his crotch. And luckily he was injured, but nothing was torn. Nothing was physically torn. It was just bruised. He actually rode about 2 hours later, rode again.
Yeah. Pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
I got thrown a couple times, thought it was fun until I got stepped on. And then I was like, this is not fun. I don't know why I'm paying to hurt myself. Yeah, laid up in a hospital bed with my both of my hips, not so much fractured, but they had like, I guess you call them stress fractures. They had like light cracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Well, I can imagine.
Gentlemen, just to give you a flashback, this is me as a sophomore. I don't know how clear it's going to be, but I am right here. This is me, where my middle finger is. That is me as a sophomore, and that's our team uniforms.
Nice.
And yeah, that's me. Oh my goodness, that's crazy, dude. That's me when I weighed maybe 150 pounds wet.
The good old days?
Yeah.
I was the same way in high school. I was skinny as a rail, $125 soaking wet. I go through 1 year of the Coast Guard, and I'm all up to 215 pounds.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. You know,
yeah.
It's funny. I'm actually going through my yearbook right now, and I'm going to see if there's a better picture. But I know 1 or 2 years I actually missed the team pictures. I don't know why for some reason. But I still – oh, there it is. Look. There we go. Look, check it out. There, the full flower is coming into being. There I am right there.
You played in high school?
Yeah, I played 4 years high school. There I am. See that?
I played Babe Ruth.
Oh, wow.
I didn't play in school. I guess I wasn't good enough. I usually played left out.
Oh, no. Don't even. I played left bench. Don't even start. Don't even.
Well, you were left bench. I was left out because I was usually watching butterflies instead of fly balls.
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry I'm going down this. This is kind of funny. This was my senior year. But I do know that in senior year I did miss I think, unfortunately, something had happened. I think there was a family member that had passed away. So when they took the pictures, I was out for about a week or so. Because it was at a school. It was a boarding school. I was lucky my 4 years. I had no business being there, but I was. And where's the baseball stuff senior year? It was cool because everyone was in uniform, and I'm the only one on the team that got my own shot. And there I am warming up. Sorry, guys. That's me. And it even says Roger Noriega warming up. There it is, number 4. That's me as a pitcher. And I'm the only one that was not in uniform for the team page because I wasn't there for the team pictures. They still put me in there, which was really cool. I was very happy with that. As a pitcher, pinch runner, I did everything that they needed. But as I tell everyone fondly, I was the 9th man on an 8-man pitching staff.
Odd man out.
Funny you would say that, but yes, that's why when Josh said left man or left out, I was like, "Hey, don't take my role, pal. Don't even." Is it me or did the image for Josh freeze? I'm just curious.
No, it's me. I'm trying to grab something, and so I had to jump out.
I think we lost Josh.
Yeah. But yeah, those are some pretty.
No, I'm still here. I had to jump over to something else,
okay.
but I'm still here.
It's all good. So, Josh, how far are you on the books now? I think I've really passed you.
Oh, you have, just because I've been focusing on Wolf Moon so much from the game. When I get a chance to read, I kind of reread a lot of that. I've read through Lake Man before I went back to Wolf Moon, and I've read most of Ragnarok before the reformat. But that was back on the original Kindle release. That was old school. Hey, there he is.
Herr General.
Oh, Herr General. Oh, better not do that. Sorry. Right hand.
Yeah, don't do that.
I know. I think you guys all caught it when I was stupid. Something was being said, and the arm shot up, and I was like, "Don't be stupid."
Don't be stupid.
The funny thing is,
what the hell are you doing, you damn pervert, monkey-looking dummies?
General, at least you acknowledged the salute. Thank you. We held it for you. And I was going to give you some English, but I said, I don't know if the colonial attitude would have worked, but I wanted to do it. And I was actually going to tell you, but it wouldn't have worked real well. Remember the movie Patton? Mm-hmm. That in the movie, actually, if you believe it or not, did happen. When Patton beat him to Messina, and it was really one of the few rare moments that the gentlemen actually shared a moment together, where Montgomery comes into town, and Patton's like, "I beat you, you little bastard. I got here first." And he says, he's got the salute, stiff arm salute with a little smirk, and he literally tells him, "Don't smirk, Patton. I shan't kiss you." He says, "Pity. I shaved real close in preparation of getting smacked by you today." It was funny. And, a lot of people say it didn't happen, and there are those that say that it did, just like and I'm really off base now, forgive me, General, but you guys know that McAuliffe actually told the Germans at Bastogne, "F you." He didn't say nuts.
They weren't going to say that.
Right. Ernie Pyle was not going to write that. And, I'm sorry, who is this?
That's Josh, as a very young man.
Yep, that was my pictures taken at MEPS before I went off to boot.
Young man, where did you serve? I know which branch, but where? Where did you serve?
Coast Guard Cutter Dallas out of South Carolina.
Oh, young man, thank you. Thank you for your service. Really, that is so awesome.
You were showing older pictures, and that's the only one I got from that time period. I was a skinny little man. Oh, look at DA.
Okay, Josh, and I say this professionally. Whip it out, Josh. Come on, let's see a picture. Come on, General. Let's see a picture. I don't know why I was doing that, but those are actually. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of drama in our family some years ago, and a lot of our stuff was lost. And surprisingly, I still have my yearbook pictures. There's a few other pictures here and there, but I don't have very many. I just don't. So if they do the digital aging, I should just choose any kid.
You talk about old pictures when my great grandmother or my great grandmother or my grandmother's mom when she passed away, we were looking through a bunch of her photos. Her mother-in-law, brother, I can't remember which one, what the relation was. Anyway, he was a state trooper.
Oh.
And this is black and white photos from the 50s. Everybody's looking at it like, how young do people look? And I asked, what type of gun did it have strapped to his waistband?
Probably an old wheel gun.
It
An old
was
38.
a wheel gun. It was a wheel gun. But like I said, it was black and white, but it was barely noticeable. But like, everybody talking about how young the people looked at it, and I zeroed in on he had a damn wheel gun tucked to his waistband.
Here's a more recent one of me.
Look, gentlemen, it's right there. DA. Oh, no. DA, would you bring it back, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Wiley
Grant.
Wiley needs to lose some weight.
Who cares? That is Wiley Grant.
Pretty sure Adam can screen cap that and replace the badge on the side or the patch on the side with Nathaniel County.
That would be freaking awesome.
Actually, yeah, that could be
it
fun.
would probably.
He doesn't need a screen cap. I'll send him the picture if he wants it.
We've got the we actually created the patch at one point when we first started working on the card game.
Yes.
We've got it somewhere.
DA, didn't the patch for the county show up at the beginning of some of your books, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still got those images.
Yes, dude, you've got to transfer them to digital fast.
They are in digital. Let me see if I've got one of them handy, and I will show it. If you'll give me just a second.
Wow, I feel like a voyeur right here. General.
There's this one.
Oh wow, yes. By the way, General Dalton, we need to see a picture from when you were in high school, pal. Come on, whip it out.
Well, we're on Twitch. Don't whip it out.
I was referring to the imagery.
Hey, you never know with Roger.
Good point.
Oh, Josh.
Hey, I got to hang with all the other zingers.
You guys have heard, guys, there was a time that I was a holy terror, even at my employment, which is a bitch and symbol, folks. The Wild Hunt. That is so awesome.
I'm looking to get patches made.
Dude, sir, they will sell. Oh, by the way, Josh and Josh, have you noticed my new name for this evening?
I did.
Oh, my gosh! Josh, you don't know what it is. That's right.
I
Dalton does. Yeah, Dalton does.
I want one of those patches so bad. No, I don't know what that is. Hey, there it is.
Yeah, I have all those old chapter heading images. I've still got those.
Yeah, I think we made a patch based off of that image somewhere.
Gentlemen, what we need to do, forgive me, is next year in July, we have to choose the date, and I believe it's only fair to honor the Ragnarok Rising. We should do an entire week of episodes. And we should talk about the books, the Ragnarok Rising books. I think it would be bitchin'.
Well, here's a little Easter egg that nobody caught. Okay, I waited and waited for somebody to catch these, and I need to put these back in the books. Do you? That's the actual Nathaniel County crest and the county motto in Latin.
Velociter.
I don't know Latin enough to catch it.
Can you outrun your neighbor?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's I got it right away with Velociter. I was like, oh my god!
Can you run faster than your neighbor? Yep. We put that in as a joke, and nobody ever caught it. Basically, what it basically translates: "Are you faster than your neighbor?"
Yes. And is that related to that joke? That let's see, I don't have to outrun that. I just have to outrun you.
Yeah, that was in reference to that joke.
Oh my goodness.
When me and Phil Morrissey were creating those logos, we're like, we need a county motto. And he's like, well, it needs to be something to see people will catch it. And I'm like, well, it's the zombie apocalypse. Well, maybe is that something like, play on the can you outrun the bear? He goes, can you outrun your neighbor? I'm like, oh. So we translated it into Latin, and that became the seal.
That is awesome.
And literally nobody ever caught it. We spent a couple hours on that. We were just waiting for the payoff on the joke, and it never happened.
Damn. DA, obviously it was lost by everyone because they were reading the story. It was that which brought them in and gripped them. Yeah. Sorry, dude. I should have known that myself just by the first word, and I didn't. I skipped over it. I was just, okay, let's go in. Next chapter. You killed Gunny, you rat bastard.
I got a lot of that.
I'm looking forward because it's been a while since I've read it. Because, like I said, oh yeah, that's an oldie. So
that's why the grant.
That's one of the original card images of the Ragnarok Rising card game that Alltower is also working on. That's kind of been. We're going to rework some of the images. That's from a beta test deck.
I remember one of the first questions I asked DA in that interview back in November of 2012, which we found. And DA, what's the deal? Why does it begin in Los Angeles? Why does it begin over here? And I'm paraphrasing, but DA said, because all the weird stuff comes from California.
I'm not wrong.
I could brook no argument.
And I love all your new books too, but for some reason, I'm most excited to see Ragnarok translated to screen more than the rest. I want to see them all. Don't get me wrong. But Ragnarok, I think I would have the same kind of feelings I did when I went and saw Lord of the Rings, kind of that I can't even sit in my seat kind of feeling. Like I remember when I first saw the trailer, I don't even remember what movie I saw that the trailer was on, but I saw the trailer for the Fellowship, and I lost my shit. And I know that's how I'd feel when I would see Awakening splashed on the screen for a trailer. I'd lose it.
Well, thank you, man. That's awesome.
As a matter of fact, Josh, I understand. Did DA post it on his website? We were talking about it yesterday.
I haven't done it yet. I'm going to.
Okay. So you want to... Sorry, DA, I'm spoiling.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
If you would, DA?
Yeah, how you were talking about, describe the thing in the series and the book in one line. I'm going to do a series of posts. I'll post a book cover and ask everybody to describe that book in one line to see how everybody would describe it.
And
that'll be fun.
The format is based on the old TV guides because and I'm now being pedantic by repeating it and redundant, and I apologize. That's sports talk with the guys stuff. But there was Lawfree, Shatner, and the main producer, I forget his name now. They were fighting over the basic story concept of Star Trek V, and they got tired of what Shatner was dealing, and he finally says, dude, think about it as what TV Guide will say. And TV Guide writes one or two blurb. Or, I'm sorry, one or two sentences.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. And he basically said, Star Trek V, Kirk and crew journey to meet God. And he said, that's it, dude. That's what your story is. Are you going to stick with it? At which point there was more that they were arguing about. And, mother of God, ladies and gentlemen, the magnesium needs to shut up for this one. DA, please tell us what this is.
That is the beginning of the Awakening.
Yeah. It's one of the best opening. That opening first couple of pages hooked me into your writing.
Well, would one of you like to narrate them? We can do the first couple of pages on the air.
Man, I don't know how well I can see. Maybe if I turn my phone sideways. I need specs.
Oh.
I can do the first paragraph. I can see it enough.
I've got it in bigger scale than you guys if you want me to do it.
DA, why don't you make it bigger? I'm talking about the image.
I think it's as much as I can do.
I can read enough to do the first paragraph, and then someone else can take the next one.
Oh, are we back in middle school? All right.
Popcorn reading.
What the hell?
Oh, you took it away.
Oh, sorry, I was shifting screens.
My name is DA.
I forgot I was on screen share.
Josh, it's funny the way you laughed right now, folks. I had this at work, and it took a guy 2.5 years, and we finally realized that he was really butthurt because my name, or what I would do when I got really impatient with someone, I would say, my name is Caesar. My name is Caesar. And then finally, when he heard me tell someone else why I said that, he was like, "You've been making fun of me for 2 years?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's sad. Just now you figured it out." Oh my God, that was very mean. But go ahead, Josh, please.
All right. 01 April. April Fool's Day arrived, and I started my day pretty much like any other day by watching the news prior to getting into uniform and heading in for my shift. The local news crew started out with some lame attempt at humor based on the April Fool's theme. I couldn't tell you exactly what they were talking about since I didn't really pay attention. It was moronic and seemed too blatantly obvious to be truly funny. It seemed like it was forced. Like the smiles on the newscasters' smarmy little faces. I love that last little line.
General Dalton?
I was busy polishing my tactical boots and drinking my second cup of coffee. I couldn't care less about the drivel that they pushed through most of the news. I was only interested in the headlines and the weather. I didn't care about the sports section, the human interest crap, or the financial stuff. I just ignored all that garbage until they brought up the story that caught my interest. When they moved on to the headlines, they did just that. The lead story got my attention and kept it.
I like to catch the stories that involve law enforcement or crime, since that stuff could directly impact me and my job. The bigger the story, the more likely that I was going to have to deal with it at work. I could tell that this story was big. Although it wasn't local, the implications were dangerous for everyone. I could easily see how it could happen here. I'm a corrections officer with the Nathaniel County Sheriff's Office in Springfield, Missouri.
The rioting continues today in downtown Los Angeles as units of the National Guard have been called in to contain what was being called mob violence, said one of the talking heads. Reports of riots continue to pour in from all over the city.
Love it.
And that's the beginning of Ragnarok.
Yep. Just gets better from there.
Tim Grimes, thank you. Greetings, Tim. Thank you for joining us. And as a matter of fact, our 10th light, Tim Grimes.
Thank you, Tim.
We're going to take a sip right now. Josh, are you able to drink anything right now? Or no, since you're driving, it's really not a good idea.
Probably not.
I have coffee.
Okay, so you do.
That's what I'm drinking too, is coffee. Okay.
Well, I don't know how many hours you're stuck in the vehicle.
Best coffee on the interstate.
What, Pilot?
Hey, you know what? For gas station coffee, Pilot makes a pretty good brew.
You know, it's interesting going back. I do remember I hit DA with that. I said, what the hell? Why Los Angeles? And you guys already know the story. I do remember that as I think of Ragnarok Rising, and I guess I see it as a Lord of the Rings type thing as well. But the first images I have are of Los Angeles burning, the April Fool's joke, and all that stuff. I distinctly remember that. When I think of the Infinite Black series, what I remember is, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the impression that I have from Infinite Black is the guy's trying to hold on because the ship is, it's at a tilt, and he's trying to make his way to the command center. You guys have read the books. You guys know what's going on. but that is the image that I have of Infinite Black, is the out of control situation. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
The original
Everyone
cover.
you know is dead. Yep. That's crazy. That's really
And
good
I
stuff.
loved reading the part where
Yeah. The reason why I knew what your cup was my brother. He's a trucker as well.
yeah.
He hauls groceries for Walmart. His company he's with has got the account for the Walmart DC in Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, those Walmart guys, they make a pretty decent wage.
Well, he's subcontracted. It's the Walmart.
Right.
It's the groceries that go to the Walmart. They subcontract that. So they use the Walmart guys for the general merchandise without license, bonded, and all that. The groceries are subcontracted out. That DC he's in covers Virginia, all of Virginia, just about parts of West Virginia, Southern Maryland, occasionally into PA and New Jersey, Eastern North Carolina, and he's done hit them all.
We still have the image up there for the Freeman. Yeah, we did. It's all good.
Fucking Freeman.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. I remember reading. I think it was when Wiley already made it to the station, and they were pulling it up like on their phones before the meeting, drinking the station coffee that was.
You want some?
No, I'm not that desperate. It was. I think it was where it was more than just a like the talking heads. At that point, I think that was the scene where they were actually describing seeing like rioting crowds coming at like the cameras and stuff. And I could clearly picture that scene in my mind, even though I've never seen it in my entire life. The way you described it, I actually saw a screen with like the news banners across the bottom and people behind barricades and talk about rioting, and just seeing, a roving dead mob moving. It made it feel real in a way, if that makes sense, by crossing it with like the news imagery. Like I could picture it in my head, and it was terrifying. Like, I don't know. It was hooked me really well.
Thank you, man. That was the goal.
Yeah.
We lost the general.
Oh, rioting has made it down south.
Yeah.
They got him.
Yep, you're back. By the way, folks, I didn't see this, and I should have paid attention to this. And I do want to thank them. I understand that from the Nightmare Hunter page, several people have shared our feed, and I want to thank them. I know that the Horror Authors Guild has shared the feed, and I believe All Tower Media has as well. And I definitely want to thank them for that. Wow. We are honored, thrilled, and blown away by doing that. Thank you.
Hey, we're just thankful you let us use your platform, man. To be a part of a bigger radio family is awesome.
Absolutely.
Radio family.
Yes, and don't forget, folks. It looks like I'm going to be keeping it for a while longer. The radio one. We still have a lot of stuff going on the radio channel as well. Monday Night America has moved over. Sports Talk with the Guys has moved over, but we still have Fandom Access on Tuesday night. As a matter of fact, Fandom Access may be on right now on blogtalkradio.com/NDB Media. On Wednesday night, we have we have Travel Talk Radio, and we also have the Rock and Roll Shrink. You should check him out. He is a well-known doctor in Florida who does a program here on Blog Talk Radio. On Thursday, we have Travel Itch Radio with Dan Schlossberg. And, of course, we have Casey Shapiro, who does the Sunday night episode, The Walking Dead, where they're actually watching the program live, and they go dark during the episode. And when they're in commercials and before and after, they're doing the program, which is really kind of cool.
The Walking Dead. Wow, the brains. I'm hungry.
What does Tim say?
Skittles. Wow.
They're dead and just coming at me. I can't do
crazy.
walking.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Tim, you are discussing something that we've spent the last week, I believe, mentioning several times about
Yes,
the
we did.
videos. I believe it was last week that we did talk about it. The UFOs tracking a Navy battle group. It's kind of big that the Pentagon released it, and it made the Tucker Show, in my opinion, just a thought. Tim, thank you for sharing with us that again. I don't know if we were live, DA, but we were talking about this, and
No, we were live. We talked about it.
Where I mentioned
the
they're
triangle.
admitting this.
Yeah, they just. Oh, by the way,
I have a theory I wanted to run by you guys because I've asked Matt about it too. When I get a chance, go ahead.
Josh, go ahead, please.
I ran it by Matt, and I remember it was like in the midst of the pandemic when the government first came. I think it was the CIA is like, yeah, there's stuff out there. It was very subtly mentioned. It wasn't like a big thing that they put out there, but the CIA did put out there that, yeah, there's stuff out there that's not us. It's not other people. Like they didn't come out and basically say it's aliens, but they basically said it's aliens by saying it's not all of these other things. But it was in the middle of the pandemic, so not a lot of people paid attention to it. Then shortly after that, we start getting these videos released where they're basically saying the same thing. Like the Navy's releasing these videos, and they're like, hey, that's not us. It's not them. We don't know what this is. Do you think this is like a because if they came out in regular time and said, hey, there's aliens and we're going to do this big first contact and we've been working with them, like people would lose their minds. Mm-hmm. But if they slowly desensitize us through these smaller events, by the time we do have this public event, that people are like, well, we've seen this for the last 2 years. This ain't that big of a deal anymore. Do you think that's what they're doing? That so. That they're kind of slowly force stripping it to us?
I think they've been spoon feeding it a little at a time, testing the waters, and
yeah.
Tim comments, personally, I don't believe they are extraterrestrials. I believe they are interdimensionals. There is a significant difference. Some people say, what is the difference? There is.
Mm-hmm. I believe there's both.
Between a Googway and a Wendigo.
I believe there's a good chance that there's both because I have a feeling our universe is just too damn big not to have other life in it. Whether that life is capable of travel or not, that's up for debate. But I also believe they've also proven with string theory and many other theories with quantum physics that there are other existences alongside our own. So who knows? There's probably a little bit of everything.
Well, like I told Roger, I believe there's intelligent life out there. But if they're capable of crossing transdimensional distances, we've got to be the Arkansas of the universe. They lock their car doors when they fly by. Like, oh, don't get too close, sir.
Don't go to
crazy.
Don't go to Seoul, man. There's a bunch of back galaxy hillbillies out there, man.
Actually, we
did stopped by there one time. It was cold outside, and those crazy bastards were stuffing bread up a bird's ass. Don't go there.
Ladies and gentlemen, forgive me. We do need to take a quick station break. It's 8:19 p.m. here on the West Coast, 10:15 p.m. in Middle America. You are listening to the Nightmare Hunters on Tuesday night in America. I know I butchered that one. You're also listening on Low Key 99.9, Bodfish and Lake Isabella, the Kern River Valley. So thank you. And we continue with our regular
shout out to my old hometown areas. Used to live out that way.
CERN doesn't have a damn thing to do with particle science, in my opinion.
I agree.
I wasn't imitating you, Tim. I got caught up in the Arkansas backwoods type stuff.
We only know what they tell us. There's no way to know for sure what any government or, here's the other thing. There are so many rich companies out there with access to technologies that, do subcontracting for the government and stuff that the government may not even know what a lot of these companies and scientific foundations are doing. It may even be out of their purview.
I'm just waiting for the Men in Black to come knocking on Doug's door for NDA.
Well, he might be closer to that happening than he feels comfortable
I'll
admitting.
do the Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing.
After you told me about that one conversation, you're closer to that happening than.
Gentlemen, I've
Just
got
for the record, I do not plan to disappear anytime soon.
Okay.
Always got to make that publicly known.
Gentlemen, sorry about that. I cut you off. I do want to tell you, gentlemen, that something did happen. I will not give the location today again, but I was thinking about Josh because it was happening over at the facility that I had talked about in the past. And we did have the local sheriff's department over the yard for over 4 hours today, just doing racetracks over us. And it was over the playground that was being constructed. There was a significant law enforcement presence, and what I recorded apparently did not record. I didn't hit the record button, and I thought I recorded over 4 minutes of video, but apparently, I just wasn't able to get it, and that's the story I'm going to stick with right now. But I cannot say anything other than I will have a few other people on in the future to confirm what was going on. And folks, let me tell you this.
Did you say all that was subterranean, Roger?
Yeah, there is a lot of subterranean stuff there. But what the helicopter was... Oh, okay, I've got to be careful how I answer this. The helicopter was over my facility and the park that was being prepared. So now, folks,
what was that?
It was someone's.
I need to jump off here.
Okay, Josh.
All right, Josh. Drive careful. Be safe, brother.
Here's the thing, folks. You can look at the radar telemetry of Southern California, and I'll tell you that the helicopter was overhead from approximately 9:30 a.m. Pacific time to approximately 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And I can't give you geo coordinates, but I can give you, it was over Downey, and you can look it up yourself. It was an LA Sheriff's Department helicopter, one of several, that was doing racetrack patterns for over 4 hours. Look it up. Okay?
That sounds...
It's on the radar. They're recorded images on the FAA radar stuff. It's there, folks. Josh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, that's just weird for that long and nothing going on. It's like the other week. What was it? Tuesday of last week, Doug? I sent you that picture with the. We were at the mill packing lumber, and then next thing I know, here comes a damn brown and tan Sea King or in that family, Sea King, Sea Stallion, just hauling ass over top of
I think it was a Sea Stallion. The Sea King's bigger.
All I know is it's a big ass bird. Like I said, I didn't get the good shot of it going right over top of it. I got the ass into the bird. But like I said, either which way, it's Navy.
Yeah.
Because the Army, the only thing you have is either Black Hawk or Chinook. And one of the two.
Yeah.
Well, isn't a Chinook also pretty damn big?
Chinook's a big helicopter.
Yeah.
We got another like from Robert Miller and Tim Grimes. Thank you, Robert. Robert, if you want to join us, jump on in. Throw some whiskey in your canteen cup. Come on, join us.
Yes.
The Chinook is called the bus. That's what essentially it is a flying damn bus.
Yeah, that's a big boy. And only because of where I'm located in Southern California, there's always quite a bit of activity. We see the helicopters overhead. I always see marine aircraft always buzzing north. Generally helicopters. And I've seen Blackhawks regularly. And every now and then, way up in the stratosphere, we can see the Air Force boys playing around. Now, where I'm at right here in Pomona, California, just to the south of me, maybe the southeast, we have Ontario International Airport, and we also have the flight pattern into LAX. So I see regular stuff. Tiny bit of trivia. We knew that the President Air Force One was on its way in from Las Vegas, and I called my wife. This was about 2-3 years ago. I said, hey, you know what? Just look overhead and check and see if Air Force One is coming in. I understand that the president, number 45, was on his way to Los Angeles. I figured, I don't know what, I thought he was going to come directly south. Well, as my wife exited the house, she opened the door, she looked up, Air Force One was in her direction, did the Y turn over the house to get into the flight pattern. She calls me up, she goes, I just saw it. And it was like coming right at me. It was coming over the mountains from the north. And she said, you had just cued me in, and I saw Air Force One coming in. And I've seen it many times fly into LAX. It's not difficult, folks. When Air Force One shows up, the airspace clears for about 10 minutes. You know someone's coming in.
Negatory Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Back off.
Yes.
Well,
if you approach any closer, these two F-18s are going to shoot your ass down.
1040 Easy E, pull it back.
Dial it in, buddy. Dial it in.
Well,
then we hear Roger go, game over, man. Game over.
Oh man, I would ask permission. I said, may I do a buddy hug in air? just for a few seconds. I'll back off after that. Just please. But that would be about it. I mean, could you imagine the privilege of even being able to fly escort to Air Force One? Wow.
Once in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
How many air personnel can say that they've actually done that? Because, folks, believe it or not, the way I understand it, and again, forgive me, no politics, no nothing, but I understand that the whole thing of Air Force One, where she flies without cover. Air Force One, it's going in. And I understand in certain parts of the world there is cover, but the reason why they generally don't have air cover is because it creates a disturbance. So they don't want people to know that Air Force One is actually coming in. So
makes sense.
And I understand that there's a code out there up in the skies that pilots are not supposed to acknowledge Air Force One, as well as other presidential craft, not just Air Force One. Because if someone announces, hey, look out the left side, that's Air Force One going by, you got an idiot that gets on his cell phone and transmits a message. And, so I understand that's... And anyone who flies, anyone does that, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I understand that they generally are not supposed to acknowledge those things. To the passengers, at least.
Well,
go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry.
Well, like I said, I'm in Central Virginia, so...
Oh, you see that all the time!
No.
Oh, you're like the hub of all the crazy shit over there, man.
Not really. I mean, like I said, I'm about dead center of the state.
Oh.
So, I mean, I've had Blackhawks,
A-10s.
V-22 Ospreys. I've had the Navy AWACS fly around the mill.
Wow.
the reason why I know it's the Navy version is because it had propellers. The Air Force is jet.
Very good. The E2. Very good, young man. Yep, Navy. The Sentry, the E3, of course. That's a jet plane. Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
They do C-130s do touch and goes at the local airport about 30 minutes up the road from the lumber company.
They do those here too.
Oh man, so you guys have seen the C-130s? That's the one I have not seen up close.
Well, C-130s, man, they're kind of ubiquitous around here. See them all the time.
They've changed names now because they've come up with another version, haven't they? Because I understand that the one that I knew for the longest time was the C-130 Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a newer one, right? Folks, anyone, if you can help us out on that. I understand the new, whatever it is, the J or the H, the new...
Actually...
You're talking AC-130s. I said C-130. AC-130 is a gunship.
Yes. That's the one that I've not seen. You're right. You got me.
I've actually flown in a C-130.
Wow.
My buddy...
Me too.
He was a crew chief on him down at Eglin.
Oh, wow. That's Eglin. Wasn't that down in Florida or is in Florida?
They're all based out of Eglin now in Florida. There was H models, if I remember telling me correctly, out of Cannon. All of them are retired now, so you only have one model in service. And that's whatever Doug uses current. And Blood Eagle, that's the current model.
The current model, I use that in the new Codename Wild Hunt Operation Blood Eagle. It's the AC-130 Ghost Rider.
Yes. Now, also, Tim Grimes mentioned the AC-130 Magic Dragon.
The old Puff the Magic Dragon. They retired that one.
Yeah. Folks, DA and I have talked about that. We've had many conversations over the years, and we've talked about Black Hawk Down. Mm-hmm. And when you watch the movie Black Hawk Down, behind them, they have the 130s, the AC-130s back there. And I remember telling DA, you realize that if one of those would have gone up, Black Hawk Down would not have happened.
Well, they got a 105 millimeter howitzer in the front end.
The Gatling gun, all of that. Guys, it would not have happened. And it's really sad. I know
we couldn't really use that because of the chance of civilian casualties. It would have been there would have been a lot.
No finger and a hog is not available. The AC-130 is the next best option.
Oh man, it's just you guys know the situation, what was going on. I know the general was under specific orders, low profile, everything, but it was out of control.
Yeah,
I know had I
never been in
that position. I never would have been in that position because the
UN wouldn't back them up.
Yeah,
because the UN troops are about as useless as breasts on a boar.
No, get right, Doug. It's about good as tits on the ball hog.
I was trying to be a little more politically correct.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
you mentioned
they're about as effective as the defense of France in World War II.
The Maginot Line?
The imaginary line.
Hey, actually, had they attacked the Maginot Line, it would have been different.
Well, the French were like, they couldn't possibly take tanks through the Ardennes. What did they do? They brought tanks through the Ardennes.
Josh, you were going to say?
I kind of a little bit of a segue. I didn't want to take us off topic, but you had brought up. It got me thinking about something last night. You brought up Codename Wild Hunt. Since I haven't had a chance to read them yet, I want to preface this with a question first. Have you already decided on like how the Wild Hunt had started, like their history? I'm sure you've done some.
We've built a lot of the history.
Is it already in the books?
I haven't. I've been revealing little bits at a time.
Yeah, gotcha. So you already have it worked out. Because when I had mentioned last night about doing like books in the past, like about Port
Chatham.
Yeah.
I'm already making plans for that.
And then we have talked about it just in general about the theories about Thomas Jefferson. He's the one that did the national parks, correct?
Yeah, no, Thomas Jefferson did not. That was Teddy Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. In my brain always flips those two. Roosevelt started the national
Jefferson
parks.
and Roosevelt.
It's going to be.
Yeah, I don't
called.
know why I flipped those. There's no reason to have them flipped. But
Sign flipper. Code sign flipper.
No, I always get shafted with shitty nicknames.
Flipper!
I'm not going to tell you my
high
school.
Huh? It's going to be called Codename Wild Hunt: Ghosts of Port Chatham.
Oh, that'll be badass. No, I started thinking about after that about Codename Wild Hunt, about how Roosevelt could have been involved in the creation of an organization that, I don't know.
We've actually discussed how far back the monster hunting goes. In fact, we discussed that if you read a little bit about, you haven't got to the book yet. It happens in Horned Moon, where I introduced the Vatican's team. It goes the Vatican's team traces their origin all the way back to the fall of Constantinople.
Nice.
Whoa. Where did we go back to Praetorian Guards?
Yeah, the Praetorian Guards were there. The Byzantines were part of the Holy Roman Empire.
DA, is that 10?
No, not Holy Roman Empire. That was German.
Something like that.
Constantinople was the Byzantine Empire. The Holy Roman Empire is German.
Yeah, you're correct.
Let
me get to...
Josh, you got to start reading, brother. And you know what? Maybe someone can volunteer to read it for you, and then you can play it on. Oh, wait a minute! Don't we have audio?
Well, I was gonna say if Roper can start moving on the audiobooks, but then again, he's like everyone else has so many things on their plate.
Wow.
But in all honesty, Josh, I have picked several things to Doug about timelines, especially PR. You got to think he was a lieutenant colonel in charge of the Rough Riders. Do you know exactly who was in charge of the Rough Riders?
I do not.
The aforementioned boy.
No.
Roosevelt.
It was Wood. Leonard Wood was in charge of Rough Riders.
Yeah, Fort Leonard Wood. There's a reason I used that base.
Leonard Wood was in charge, and his biographic is very interesting.
Do you guys remember Airwolf?
Yeah, sure.
I've never seen it.
That was a great show. I recall the beginning of that where you have the guy does, this briefing is from file A56-7W, classified top secret, subject is Airwolf. Trying to challenge that voice to read this little bit for you guys if you'll bear with me.
Sure.
Robert, thank you, Robert. I believe he's out for the night. Thank you, Robert.
Have a good night.
Yes, good night, Robert. Thank you.
The Wild Hunt is a unit of the United States Army created to counter the threat from paranormal creatures that the government is not willing to admit exist due to the level of panic which would be caused to the general public. This operation exists outside the normal chain of command, reporting directly to the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the President himself. Considered an off-the-books black bag operation, the team is not officially known to exist and still publicly referred to as a training division. Formed in 1972 from the 104th Infantry Division, which was a training division at the time, the unit was assigned the task of locating and eliminating threats from paranormal creatures. The 104th Infantry is still listed as a training division in public records, but has maintained the facade to prevent curiosity into the division's actual activities. The 104th Infantry Division is known as the Timberwolves, or the Timberwolf Division, and the Night Fighters. Unit mottos are "Nothing in hell can stop the Timberwolves," and "We succeed." These nicknames were earned in combat in World War II. The original cryptid teams were known as the Huntsmen and consisted of two teams recruited from returning Special Operations soldiers from Special Forces Groups 1 and 5, former members of the LLRP Long Range Reconnaissance Patrols, assigned to the 101st Airborne Division, and 3rd Force Recon Company of the U.S. Marine Corps and U.S. Navy SEALs Teams 1 and 2. They were chosen from returning personnel that had seen heavy combat in Vietnam. Many of the members selected were already aware of the existence of the cryptids due to encounters with the mysterious rock apes of Vietnam. Some of them even knew how to hunt these creatures from the indigenous indigenous Montagnard people of the Vietnamese highlands. Teams originally consisted of 6 members each, but were expanded during the early 1980s after a family was slaughtered during an attack from a creature designated a dog man in the land between the Lakes National Recreation Area on the borders of Kentucky and Tennessee. The teams were originally based out of Fort Benning, Georgia.
Ho! And speaking of ho, we have a brand new guest, ladies and gentlemen.
What the fuck, man?
Hey, Morgan! Hey, how you doing, Richard?
Hey, welcome, Richard.
Not too bad. I got an invite, so I thought I'd stop by. I
Thank you for coming by.
didn't know if it was right, if I got it on purpose or not, but I thought I'd stop by anyway, since I enjoy talking with. What's that?
You got the invite. It was
I
put
didn't-
in the forum.
Anyway, no, I always like listening to all this stuff, so I thought I'd stop in and go at it. How you doing,
this is-
DA?
Not bad. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, bearded beast?
Oh, Jay.
Doing
Which
all right.
What's that?
Which one?
Oh, you know which one I mean. The one that has actually has a beard. Has a
And
black
still-
beard. The black
That's still
beard.
the-
Okay, Blackbeard. We'll call him the bearded black beast or something like that.
well, it does say the bearded beast, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, my beard is. I shaved mine because I thought spring.
I
Was,
was
thought-
gonna.
I thought
I was
spring
gonna
was
ask.
coming. I thought spring was coming, but we're not. It's supposed to snow again. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, so I don't know when spring's.
I was
actually
like,
gonna get
I
here.
recognize the name, I recognize the voice, but I don't recognize the face.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shame.
all right. That means I can go on some kind of crime spree and then grow my beard
Right.
back. That's good to know. So, so how you doing, General Dalton?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
All right, it's good to know. All right, I'm done interrupting. You guys can continue.
You're a part of it, Richard. Thank you for joining us. So it's all good.
Did I
as
ask
a
how
matter-
you were doing, Roger?
No, but I want to thank you for joining us. Richard, the reason why we're doing this is because DNA had a little bit of time. We had, we're not going to do anything else other than maybe just watch TV. So we said, hey, let's do another one. DA said he was up for it, and I said, let's go for it. Let's just do what we want to do and get out of our system. And the minute we went live, we did invite everyone to join us. DA wanted to do a program. He was suggesting about doing a program tomorrow, and I said, I don't want to be on my on my Saint Day. That's tomorrow.
It's Roger's
That's-
birthday, everybody. Flood
It
his
is tomorrow.
timeline with
Happy,
Happy birthdays.
birthday.
Well, happy birthday there, Roger. That's good to hear.
I think I normally don't just advertise it just for
Feliz
obvious reasons.
cumpleaños a ti. Sorry.
Oh no! Did you notice I puffed up? Please. I mean, no one sings to me anymore, so it's all good. And tomorrow I will be going into work early, stay for lunch, and then I'm out. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. I don't expect to be on air tomorrow, but who knows? If someone wants to, come on. We might do it, but I doubt it. Whoa, did we get someone else?
It's
Oh! There we are.
Roper!
Hey,
Yeah, Roger, you should take some time tomorrow and just for yourself. You've been burning the wick at both ends, man.
He dipped it in kerosene and lit the whole candle on fire.
Speaking of burning, should we have a fire extinguisher handy for that birthday cake, Roger?
Sure, why not? But gentlemen, I do want to say that I sent the message at about 10:38 this morning. I believe that's when it happened, DA, when I took a picture of the image. And that's why I have magnesium enema as my name for this evening, because I finally got to it. I was smiling throughout the whole thing, just laughing and laughing and laughing. For a moment there, I thought I was actually going to die. I'm like, whoa, wait, I'm in the other. No, there's a book coming in after. And it was an unholy way to die. Why
Well, I
is
mean-
it that of everyone, I was the only one that was turned upside down, and then this little ugly little rat bastard says, okay, you a religious man? We're going to part you like the Red Sea. Like,
So
no,
you went
no,
down
no.
you went down the Wet and Wild Highway?
Dude, let me tell you, it would not have been good.
What's the story, Wishbone?
Yeah. I did not
Well,
like it.
What, Lassie? Roger fell down a well?
No.
He has a splitting headache.
Yes, but by the way, that did knock me down. I don't know if you guys heard it a few days ago. And Roger in the chat room, thank you, buddy. I do appreciate that. Thanks for the birthday wishes. And for everyone, guys. I'm really happy about it tomorrow. It's very rare when I do celebrate it. I don't tell anyone about it, but I'm like, screw it. You know what? This is cool. I'm going to take the day off. I am still going to go into work, and then that's it. I'm just going to enjoy the day. But
You deserve it, man.
well, I wanted to enjoy it with everyone right here. And look, DA and I were hoping some other people would join us. And look, now we got some beautiful souls joining us right now. And
But Josh, circle back around to what DA was reading, all of that file was on the
It's on my
DA's
website.
webpage.
It
On the Wild
details the
Hunt.
entire history of the Wild Hunt team.
yes, which is absolutely awesome. But I wanted to tell you, Josh, when you asked that question earlier, I immediately was one that said, yes, but it's limited because I'm now catching a lot of the hints. You gotta pay attention. I did guess right, though, on the guy that got saluted, and we'll leave it at that. I knew exactly what it was. I told DA that. And when a higher rank guy salutes a lower rank.
Why would a major salute an E6? Long
Yeah.
story, babe. Long
Yeah.
story, babe. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Matt, I want to thank you. I believe it was not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And I missed it, dude. I apologize. It dawned on me after, but you were competing somewhere.
Yeah.
Would you please share it? I know this is Nightmare Hunter, dude, but this is a big deal. Would you share what happened 2 Saturdays ago?
Yeah, so I got to go compete in the U.S. Open for axe throwing.
Oh,
Thank you. I appreciate that. And the thing, so my roommate Sean, he actually kind of like noted like how big of a deal that actually is, because he was like, you have to understand something. Like, Matt's only been actively like throwing axes like regularly for like the past year and a half, 2 years roughly. I've been throwing tomahawks since I was a kid. So I started in the Boy Scouts. I was throwing tomahawks whenever I was in the Boy Scouts. That's where I first got into doing stuff like that. And then over the years, I've continued to just progressively, screw around with it more than anything. And then I suddenly find out that there's a place here in town that actually does that as like their business model. That's what they do. And I started working there. And Tom and Casey are the owners over there, and they're wonderful people. And went up.
Aren't they opening another one in Branson?
They've got one in Branson. We've also got one down in Neosho.
Badass.
Yeah, and so they're looking to branch out some more, get some more facilities in, stuff like that. But since I've been working there, I have been throwing a ton. I mean, a ton. And as a result, I've been getting better and better. And I ended up throwing pro qualifier throws and ended up scoring high enough that my name got put into the lottery. They take the top 50 throwers, and those people get to go compete no matter what, because they're like, hey, you scored really well. But then everybody else gets put into a lottery, and my name got pulled from the lottery, and I ended up getting to go down there and actually competing. And out of 250 total throwers, I believe is how many there were, I was told that I tied for 65th.
Hey, not bad, man. For your
Not
first
bad
outing.
at all.
first
I've-
professional meet.
Yeah, I've never actually thrown in an actual competition before. Hey, there's me.
Hey, there's me.
Good job,
What?
me.
What was
Good
disappointing
job, me.
was I missed it. I couldn't believe it. Matt went over to Sports Talk with the guys and said, "Hi, this is Matt from the national." I was like, "Hey, Matt," and I was remembering, and then I think it was like 10 minutes later, I'm like, I was looking at the Facebook stream and I saw Matt. I'm like, "Oh my God, Matt was reporting from live." I lost my shit on air.
It was a ton of fun. I got to watch a couple of perfect games happen, which I really wasn't expecting to happen.
A perfect game.
Perfect game. So
tell us what that is.
On a wattle, WATL, wattle style target, you have the bullseye, which is actually now the new competition bullseyes are 1.5 inches across. Then there's a ring that's around that. So the bullseye is 6 points, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it goes 1.5 inches, 3.5 inches for the overall the 5 ring, and then he gets progressively bigger out and out from there. So what ends up happening is the up in the upper corners you have what are called kill shots. They're these bright blue dots, and they've made it to where at your leisure, at any point in time during the game, you can say, I'm going to throw it a kill shot. And if you hit it, you get 8 points. But you can only do that twice during a game. And if you say you're going to hit it and then you land anywhere else, you get 0 points for that throw. So a perfect game is 8 bullseyes worth 6 points and 2 kill shots worth 8 points. So that's a total of 64 points in one game of 10 total throws. It's really difficult to do. My best score ever is 60 points. So that's 10 consecutive bullseyes, just one right after another for 10 total throws. Very challenging to do. It is immensely satisfying when you successfully manage to do it. And, you know, I've been working really hard at it. I've been getting better at throwing kill shots. I'm still not like super duper great at it, but I am definitely getting better at it. Right now, between our Wednesday night and Thursday night league nights, I'm actually, I currently have almost 200 more points than the next person in our league currently. And then in the Thursday night league, I'm actually over 100 points above the people that are on that one. I believe I'd have to double check their score. I think that's the case. But yeah, I've been doing pretty good at doing this, and I hope to continue to do this. And so, you know, I love the fact that I get the chance to go out and throw and compete and all that good stuff. I never really expected myself to make it nearly as far as I did. And then I did seemingly well, it seems. So it's point based more than, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, very well.
So, you know, it's something I've been kind of intermittently passionate about, and then I got the chance to actually go do something with it, and it was a shit ton of fun.
Matt, it sounds like it was a lot of fun. I apologize for being the blockhead because I missed it at first, and it was like 10 minutes later. It's like it had to go around the world once and then hit me in the back side of the head. And I'm like, oh my God, he's there. Embarrassingly, if you listen to the program, you'll hear how I squealed. But it was great. You took the time, Matt, to let us know on Sports Talk with the Guys. And we talked about it after. It was impressive. It was awesome, man. Congratulations to you, dude.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I love the fact that you guys brought something up about it and even remotely addressed it. You know, like I said, I'm standing down there during the event, and some lady came around. She's like, I'm getting all of the people that are here's signatures. Would you sign my book? And I was like, yeah, man, I'll do that. And that was awesome. I didn't expect to like have somebody there collecting my signature. And so I got to wear a jersey. I got to, you know, go compete, got pictures taken, all of that good stuff. I wish I would have got some more video, but you know, it is what it is. But the finals were absolutely impressive. And I know it's on ESPN right now. I was actually watching it earlier today. So it's kind of neat watching it after the fact, knowing I'm in the crowd someplace. And so whenever it goes to pan around, sometimes I can catch a glimpse of me because I know where I was. And yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, watching on ESPN is definitely different than watching it live, because when I was watching it live, I was like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And there's a girl that was sitting behind me, and she's like, oh, I hate this. I'm like, what do you mean you hate this? Oh, she's like, I don't like tied matches. They just make me they make me so anxious. And I was like, you better strap in, because these guys didn't make it to the absolute finals just because. Like, this is going to be a tied match for a while. And yeah, one of the guys that's in there they're both Michaels. One of them is Schmidt, M-I-T, M-I-S-M-I-T, Schmidt. And to my understanding, he's in the military. You watch him as he throws, you're like, that guy's in the military. He's very rigid and formal as he's doing it. He'll throw his axe. He'll go down and retrieve it. About halfway back, he'll stop. He'll dust off his axe blade. He'll rotate it twice in his hand. He'll go over to the line. He settles his back down. He comes up a little bit. He brings his arm up. He adjusts his arm with his other hand, loads it in place, throws the axe, goes down the lane, gets it, dusts off the blade, spins it twice in his hand, loads down his spine, gets his arm up, brings it back, and does the exact same thing every single time. He was last year's champion, and he lost to the other Mike that was throwing against him this time around, and that guy was super good. I don't remember. I can't remember how to say his last name. But as soon as the match was over, so ESPN's not filming, they're breaking down their equipment. We were walking down the street to go get drinks and food and stuff like that at a restaurant. Everybody's all sitting down there waiting. And the sidewalk breaks off in two different directions. It goes alongside of a building. And I went up alongside the road, so I was up this hill. And Mike, the world champion for this year, is walking on the lower path beneath me. And I look down at him. I go, I have the high ground, and he's like, I guess you win then. I was like, little known world axe throwing rule. If you catch the champion on the high ground following the match, you become the champion by default. And so he and I were arriving at the restaurant at the same time. We were joking and all of that good stuff as we were getting over there, and everybody starts applauding. And I immediately took it upon myself to go, I'm so glad you all knew that I became the world champion because I took the high ground back there. And everybody's like, who's this fucking weirdo? And so I stood there for a minute. I'm like, thank you. I was impressed too. I can't believe he let himself get taken by surprise like that. And so Mike thought it was pretty funny, and everybody else was joking and whatever. And so then I went inside and threw some darts, and that was the evening.
Josh told me to tell everybody he's sorry. He was having some connection issues, but his trailer was ready, so he's not going to be back. He's got to get on the road.
Got to go do that thing.
The thing.
Money.
Yeah.
I'm an advocate for eating, so I do this thing called a job.
Yes. But no matter what, Matt, thank you for sharing with us not only tonight, but on our other channel, Sports Talk with the Guys. Thanks for finding us there and commenting. Dude,
absolutely.
I squealed, and it was fun. It was cool. I thank you for sharing that. I'm glad you did it again. DA, General. DA, I defer to you for about a minute and a half. I need to get a refill. I need a cup of Joe.
Alrighty then.
DA, you have the bridge.
I have the con. The
bridge.
Shit.
Okay, I have the bridge. I had 1/4 impulse.
Aye, Captain.
Hey, sir, we're your Scottish crew, sir. So, I'm sorry, Matt. I missed. What place did you come in?
I tied for 65th, I'm told.
That's awesome, dude. I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank you. I was pleased because, like I said, I've never thrown in another axe house other than that one. I have never thrown in an actual professional competition before. I've thrown in our local league stuff, but you eventually kind of get used to that meta game, who you're throwing against there. And once you get warmed up to that, it's like, I've thrown against all you guys. When you get down there and you're throwing against complete strangers and the environment's totally different and, all that good stuff, there's some jitters that come along with that while I mean this, I'm not really a jittery person. I was a little jittery, and I wasn't expecting that, especially for my first match.
Yeah,
you have to understand something. So they did it as a bracket thing, right? They set it up into 4 different brackets. It had A, B, C, and D. I was in C, and within C, that breaks apart to the winner's bracket and the loser's bracket, which they called A and B. So I was in C. First match, I lost. It was double elimination, and it was best 2 out of 3. And that guy beat me both games just back to back hard. So I was in C, B. And so I was in the loser's bracket of C, like right out the gate, and it sucked. But it is what it is. Ultimately, of course, that guy ended up being the knife throwing champion. So he was throwing really, really well. Even the owner, Casey, when she was down there with me, she was like, hey, you're probably going to struggle a little bit during this first match. He was throwing some fire yesterday. And he was throwing real well.
Nice.
And then he got in there, and of course he's throwing against me, and he's like, come on, man, you got this. He's like, I'm like, it'd be a whole lot easier if you were like a dick, but he's not. He was actually super duper nice. I'd feel better if you're over there just trash talking me the whole time. Be like, oh man, what do you throw a 3 for? Like, man, like who throws 3s at the World Axe Throwing U.S. Open?
But then he turns out to be a nice guy, and you're like, oh, damn it.
He was super nice. He was encouraging me to throw better through the whole match, and I was like, all right. And then the next match I went into, we played all 3 rounds. He beat me the first one by a single point. I beat him the next one by a single point. Then we went into round 3 and we tied. And when you tie, you have to settle a tie by throwing at the kill shots. And you don't have to hit one. It's just whoever gets closest. And I happen to have gotten closest. And so I moved on to the next round. And the next kid, man, he almost had me beat in the first one, and I took it. And then we went into round 2. He beat me. We went around 3, and then it looked like I hit the first kill shot. I mean, I smoked it. And that caught me up in points. And I knew if I hit the second kill shot, I would win. It would be close, but I'd win. And we thought I hit it. And that kill shot, like I said, it's only about 1.5 inches across. And as long as you break the line, the outer line that's around it, that counts as a hit. And I was just barely underneath it. And that judge is up there, and they're going back and forth, looking underneath this thing. And they're looking over the top of it and going, and then finally they're like, it's not a hit. And we were like, so I got bumped. But, it could have been worse. Instead, I got to stand around and BS with a bunch of other people. And then I went to the back and I was throwing knives. I think I showed you some of my knives the other day that I ended up picking up. I was dorking around with them on State of the Nerd the other night. But anyway, they've got a whole new section on knife throwing. And I was in the back throwing knives, and I apparently have a really weird way of throwing knives because most of the guys that were watching me in the back, they were like, I've never seen a person throw a knife like that before. And they're like, you do really well doing that. I've just never seen anybody throw a knife like that before. And some of the other guys that were also with Tommy Hawks were like, why didn't we sign you up for knife throwing? Like, you're really good at knife throwing. And I was like, I didn't realize that I was good at knife throwing. I haven't done a whole lot of this. And they're like, have you watched the other people in here throw knives? I'm like, yeah. They're like, you're pretty good at knife throwing. And when you go and watch the finals where that first guy that beat me, his name's Travis. Whenever Travis beat me, he ended up going over to the finals for knife throwing. And he was he was killing it. And the other guy that he was throwing against, man, the day before, you couldn't stop him. That dude was throwing just the best game of knives that I had ever seen, right? It was beautiful. Then he gets there on the finals. What's on ESPN? And nearly every throw he has is a drop. And it would just hit and fall and hit and fall. And he was way off his game. And I don't know what happened. I felt bad because I'm like, man, if it would have been the day before, all my money would have been on that guy. All my money would have been on him. And then they get there to the finals, and everything he threw would just skip off that target, and it wasn't working for him. And I said, I don't know what happened, but I felt kind of bad. So
it sucks.
It does. It does. We were talking about it going into it because, every now and then you'll chuck an axe and it'll bounce off a target. I had 2 drops tonight, and that's really, really abnormal for me. Because generally speaking, when I throw anymore, I don't have drops. Like they don't do that. I know where to stand. I know how to throw. I know where my release point is, all of that good stuff. And so it's abnormal for me to have a drop. So if I have a drop, normally it's because the boards are really, really dry and they're not landing into the wood the way it's supposed to. And so you'll hear people make that excuse sometimes. Oh, those boards are really dry, and it's bullshit. Is what it is. It's like scoot back just a little bit, make it where you're catching that axe on its way down. It's not really an excuse. It is, but it isn't. It feels like an excuse, but it's a legitimate thing. Like if the boards are too dry, you'll bounce those axes off sometimes. But we were talking about it before the finals. We're like, man, how would you feel if you got up there and you had a drop during the filming of with ESPN? And then that knife throwing thing kicked off, and all of us are like,
were you on the Ocho?
It wasn't. I want to say it's ESPN 2, I think is what it was on.
ESPN the Ocho.
The Ocho.
If it's almost a sport, it's on the Ocho.
I mean, if you've seen Dodgeball, you'll know where that came
I
from.
love that movie. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
Yeah, hope it pans out. I decided to have myself a snack tonight. I'm eating maraschino cherries.
Nice.
Just straight from the jar. That's the kind of day I'm having. I need fruit. I need sugar. I want some sugar.
I usually only get my maraschino cherries in a mixed drink.
I had that out in the living room. I was considering coming in here with an amaretto sour, but
Nothing wrong with that?
There's not. There is, however, an issue with it whenever you're like 7 or 8 deep following almost 13 hours of being on your feet throwing axes, coupled with about 4 shots, and then the biggest Sam Adams I think I've ever drank in my entire life, and then you have somebody jump down my neck about some stuff they probably should have been talking about. Yeah. And if you were watching State of the Nerd on Sunday night, you'll know that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It was not pleasant. I do pretty good at keeping my cool and hold my tongue. And until you tap the right sequence of buttons, and then Matt becomes a little unglued. And Roberts has had the pleasure of seeing me come unglued probably twice, like really, truly, sincerely unfrayed, right?
The first time it took 6 of us to drag you away.
Only 6. It wasn't that bad.
Roper, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Let me go. Let me go.
Taser.
No, there was no taser involved. Just
Nope.
the attempted homicide of a minor celebrity.
I was gonna beat the bricks off.
He was going to kill Ty Pennington
Ty Pennington, I know
from
that guy.
the America's the home makeover, home edition, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, Roper and I worked security on one of those, and he was an absolute drunken asshole.
Oh my god!
And he just kept needling all the security people, just being a douche because he could get away with it. And Roper finally lost it.
And I started after him, and he jumped back real quick. And of course, Roberts and everybody got a hold of me. They're like, no.
Don't kill the jackass.
Wow.
And so
we locked him in a minivan, wouldn't let him out.
they did. It was hot. Like, you sitting there and you calm down. I'm like, you let me out of this van right now. I was so mad. What can you do? What can you do?
This is true.
And then, of course, you get over there to the jail. So my favorite stories about Roberts is working in the jail with him, okay? Because Roberts does some really incredibly, genius level stuff that
Oh, boy.
you wouldn't consider to be genius level until you hear what he did. And then you're like, ah. So I don't remember what housing unit he was in, but there were these guys, these jackasses. It's nighttime. They're locked in their cell. They're on the upper tier. And they're just causing all kinds of a ruckus. And Roberts is trying to get them to shut up. And they're not shutting up. They're not cooperating. And they're just cussing them up one side, down the other. And so Roberts starts to walk over like he's heading towards the stairs. And, of course, these guys are watching him. They're like, oh, yeah, come on up here. Come on up here. But Roberts takes a little bit of a detour. He goes over and he opens up a random cell. And all of a sudden, he kicks the guys in this random cell out of the cell. He's like, everybody out now. And then he proceeds to do what he does really well. That's shake the cell down. He's looking for contraband. And he flips this cell inside out. Just shakes it down, pulls out a bunch of trash, contraband, stuff like that. It's totally within our ability to do. Okay, we can do that at any point in time with any cell for any reason, blah, blah, blah. It's not like he was doing anything wrong,
Just
right?
the middle of the night.
Middle of the night. He's like, get out now. It's a good time to catch people doing things that they aren't supposed to be. Here's these dudes. They're in here. And he kicks them all out. And after he flips their cell inside out, he was like, all right, everybody back in the cell. And he goes back in there as they're going into their cell. the idiots that were in the upper tier have been watching this the entire time, and they are confused because they're like, that doesn't do anything to us. So as he's closing that door, he looks up at those guys and he goes, it wasn't in there. Maybe it's the next one. So now the guys that are in the upper tier are looking down going, oh no. Don't sit there and play like we told you things. We didn't tell you things. And then they shut up. They stopped causing problems. Oh,
and they didn't even come out for breakfast.
Yeah, they didn't bother coming out and seeing everybody the next day. It's humorous to me.
That was in Charlie Pod, by the way.
Was that Charlie Pod?
That was Charlie Pod.
I couldn't remember if it was D Pod or C Pod. It was one of the two of those because those are your weekend warrior guys that are like, I'm not paying that fine for my grass being too tall. I'll sit in jail over the weekend. I'll show you. By God, you showed me. Here's your shampoo. Go take a shower.
Don't drink it.
Don't drink. Oh God.
I had a drunk guy one night in an intake, and we're trying to get him through the shower, and he is drunk. I mean, just drunk. And I set the little cup full of lice shampoo on the counter. Very
amber colored liquid.
Yeah. I set it on the counter, and I go, that's for your hair. Wash your hair. And he looks at me and he goes, and he picks it up and he shoots it like a shot. And I'm like, Sergeant Mello, come to the property room. And Mike Mello comes walking. He's like, what? And I'm like, this guy just drank the lice shampoo. He's like, oh shit, I'll call poison control. So he runs off, and just a couple minutes later, he's like, yeah, it's just going to clean him out. He's going to be fine. It's not toxic. I'm like, whoo. So I set another one up here, and I look at the guy, and I go, this is for your hair. He goes, boom, shoots it down. I'm like,
stop drinking the shampoo.
I'm like, stop drinking the shampoo. So I finally get him, like, on the third try to put it in his hair. And from then on, we referred to the lice shampoo as Jägerleister.
What happened later, though? You said it would clean him out.
Oh, yeah. He was hating life the next day. It was an upside-down volcano.
I'm fairly certain he was already hating life. But
well, yeah, he was in pieces anyway. That dude was crocked.
He was having a bad day.
That's like people at CVS, and I was like, why do I need to be carded for this? Because some dumbass has decided I can get high off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's a dangerous chemical out there, somebody's looked at it and went, I bet that can get me high if I do it in small quantities.
It's like the deal thing with Benadryl. We got to card you for damn Benadryl now. There's some TikTok bullshit last year.
Well, now, how long did they have to lock up Tide Pods?
They're still locking them up.
We never locked the Tide Pods up. No, we've had to lock up the body soap because it became a $500 discount item at my store. We had a guy come in, go to the Dove's body wash and shampoo, rake all the shit off into the basket and haul ass with it about twice at my store. They do it about 2 or 3 other stores in the area. So now we've got all the damn body wash on a lock and key.
You should have just chased him down and clubbed him like a harp seal. He'd have stopped.
Oh, dude.
So, unfortunately, this is corporate America, and clubbing is not allowed.
Well, when I was in security, I don't know if it was allowed, but it happened.
And I was a supervisor.
Roper was my supervisor the night that happened. I might
Allegedly
have clubbed a dude over the head with a 7-cell mag light.
Allegedly.
He came at me with a sharpened piece of rebar, and I was like, "Walk."
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, I don't think his recollection is too good if you use that damn mag light.
Yeah, and it was the big mag light, too.
Robert spent the rest of his days working over in the jail looking for a guy that had checkered patterns across the side of his face.
who was probably still drooling.
You look like you've been on the receiving end of a flashlight.
Look for a flashlight-shaped indention. I got him back on his feet and sent him off the property because he was trespassing. And as I call for supervisor, and Roper shows up and he's like, "Did he leave?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Under his own power?" I'm like, "Yeah." He walked off that way, and he takes off in the patrol vehicle, looking in the ditches to see if the guy fell out somewhere. He comes back about 30 minutes later. He's like, "Well, I couldn't find him, so I guess he's okay." I'm like, "I don't know what else to do. He had a piece of sharpened rebar, so I just clubbed him." We weren't armed. I mean, all I had was that flashlight. Sounded like I smacked a watermelon. It really did.
I've always looked at unarmed security as just a damn oxymoron. It's just like checking a box to say we're doing something.
Well, he was in there trying to steal power tools. It was a construction site, and he swung around on me with a piece of rebar. And...
Wow. Play stupid games, win the stupid prize.
He did win.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
Is this show turned into a nightmare yet?
Oh, it's been awesome. But is it a pure nightmare? Yes, it is. Hell yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Sorry.
It took a different direction.
That's
Roper,
what...
did you catch the beginning where we were trying to come up with code names for Roger?
No, I didn't.
Roger, read the list of possibilities.
Okay. I suggested that starting with me, everyone involved in the network here will have a call sign.
Hey.
And it's kind of cool. And we may have settled on one for Josh, by the way. I know he doesn't like it, but what was Flipper? He did not like it. But we'll get back to that one.
You don't get to assign your own call sign, unfortunately. Ain't that the way it is in the military?
That's right.
You do stupid shit, you get their nickname.
And Josh did pull one. Not this Josh, our other Josh that we lost a few moments ago. Flare gun, Scaredy Cat. Of course, I had to keep my dignity in place. Hunter, Nightmare, Yellow Belly, High Insurance Premium, which was actually kind of creative. Chills.
Is that an acronym?
HIP. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
High Insurance Premium Shaggy.
Okay, he added Shaggy, so it would be Hips. But Chills and Shakes, Mad Hatter, Mexican Shaggy, and then, of course, Dream kept my dignity, Yankee. And then I believe it was also Josh, 1040 Easy E. That one was pretty good. That one actually. And then also.
That's the nickname on Jedi Tax.
It might be 1040 Easy E, baby. And then TNN, the Noriega Nerd. They were creative, and we're going to see where we're going to go with this. But
I love it.
Hell yeah. That was creative. One or two was a bit petty, but I still think it was funny.
Hey, sometimes that's okay.
You turn into the list, Roper?
Do you have any suggestions for any call signs, Matt? I'm sure Richard has a few for me. Jeez.
I don't currently, but I will think on it.
Oh, there's Josh right there.
He's been there the whole time.
He's listening. He just couldn't participate because he's driving.
So I'm not saying we're going to keep Flipper, but that one just happened, dude. So you may have your call sign.
The only one
right
I
there.
can come up with is Flomax. So that's about the only.
That's funny.
So, because you're always getting up and leaving, putting DA in charge, and all hell breaks loose. Then I have to calm him down with some tranquilizers. I mean,
putting me in charge is the mistake.
Well, I wanted to clarify when I said I'm handing you the bridge and you said the con. I said, oh no. I'm not letting you drive the ship. I'm letting you command.
Well, the first thing I said was a head 1/4 impulse,
and that's fun.
And then we sent it.
And that's absolutely awesome. But I wanted to clarify. That's why I said when you said you had the con, I'm like, no. You've got command.
The engines, they cannot take the strain, Captain. We're giving her all she's got, and she's still holding together.
Yeah. Jeez. That's pretty good.
Well, the lithium crystals are fracturing. I cannot change the laws of physics.
Yeah. Gentlemen,
And
this
there
is
is a scorch down here.
yes. Gentlemen, this has been a perfect episode. This is what DA and I were hoping to have a good time. That's what we're doing. And it's turning out to be very well. We had a beg for the first 30 minutes. Like, come on, guys, come and join us. Come on. And it was
Is anybody
difficult.
out there?
And then all of a sudden, ding, 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 ding. So that was cool.
I was still working. And then he sent me a message. He's like, hey, we're still doing this. Do you want to jump on? I'm like, yeah, let me get back to the house first.
See, what's funny, Matt, is what I would have said, hey, the idiots are on. And everyone would know who they're talking about.
I was standing over here. Idiots. I was trying to get my scores in for tomorrow. I'm not going to league night tomorrow. My kids, they were like, can we skip this week? And I'm like, you're gonna have to do all your throws this week, the last one. So they got all their stuff taken care of. And then it dawned on me, I haven't done mine. I should probably go ahead and do mine. So I'm still doing pretty good. And as soon as I got done there, I was like, well, I need to go to my apartment. I'm setting up a new place. So I've got boxes and my room's just this nightmare. So.
Oh, here we go. Is that Hick for short?
Oh, nah, I don't like it. I say you're the Kevin Smith of cryptids.
Kevin Smith. That's funny. All right. That's flattering. That's
flattering. He's adding it to the list.
Oh, hell yeah. What, you guys thought I was making it up? It's right there, man.
The crocodile man. The crocodile hunter. You're all right. You're all right, mate. Crikey, you're a happy one.
Look, and Flomax did make the list. There it is. Flomax is right there.
That's so good.
Hell yeah. That's funny. Thank God I didn't bail, and it would have. So wait, HMFIC.
I got nothing. What's that?
Head, mother, F in charge.
Ah, there you go.
I could probably see that. I could. Sure.
So we had, I don't know where they came from. All I know is that there were stickers whenever I was working at the sheriff's office that he would, some of the guys would take their little white stickers about that big, and they said MOPE, 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 and it's Motivator of Police Enforcement.
That's funny.
And so MOPE. It's a Motivator of Police Enforcement. And what was humorous about it was every now and then there would be people, as they were being dropped off over the jail, they'd have a sticker on their shoulder, and then they go into the jail with a sticker that says MOPE. And then you'd have the jail staff going, why are you wearing this sticker that says that you're a motivator of police enforcement?
Reason for police enforcement.
Yeah, no kidding.
I enjoyed the time that I worked in law enforcement. I'm not displeased with when I got out. I did it for 10 years. Didn't have to seriously, hurt anyone. No one seriously hurt me. The one guy that did seriously hurt me, fortunately, was an insignificant, overall. Hi, Khaleesi. My roommate's cat has decided she really wants to be on the show.
Welcome, Khaleesi.
Cat's name is Khaleesi. That's kind of a cool name.
Yeah. So this is Khaleesi. She is a gosh. That's her. Yep. Oh, there you go.
She's a Stormborn.
Yeah. Oh, and violent.
Yeah, rumor has it they might have a screw loose here and there, but
a cat Targaryen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my dad's cat this afternoon. We had to take it to the vet for an allergy shot. Literally, I walked in the house with the cat carrier. I went to put it in the bathroom, opened the shower curtain. My mom was sitting back there because the cat was on their bed. She said as soon as she heard me pull the shower curtain back, she bustled up, hissed, and spat fire and hauled ass underneath the damn bed. So then we had to lift the bed up, and I had welding gloves on, grabbed the damn cap and chucked the ass in the damn cat carrier. That cat does not play when it comes to that cat carrier.
Like I said, I was saying, I enjoy the time that I was in law enforcement. I don't mind the time frame that I got out. I know that there's a lot of like stuff going on as of right now that is
bullshit.
Difficult for
a
lot of people to either rationalize why a thing happened the way it did, or what happened shouldn't have occurred the way it did. And some people just need to own up to some of the things that they've done, right, wrong, or otherwise. And I'm not the person to pass judgment on any of those things. That is definitely not for me. But
your life choices,
maybe, I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to sit back and look at it from an outside perspective at times and truly go, this is what it is, because you weren't there and you don't know how you'd react. But at the same time, there's some of the things that are a little bit more black and white than people are alluding to. And I personally struggle with empathy. Not that I have a lack thereof. I have too much empathy at times, where I suddenly find myself like over relating to things, and then I feel extremely sad for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And it's part of the reason why I ended up getting out of law enforcement is that my empathy got me all kinds of screwed up at times, because I get to feeling too bad for some people. And I have to take time to recognize, at least for myself, that some people are just incredibly corrosive and shouldn't be in my life, and it's difficult to understand and recognize. And again, if you guys watched State of the Nerd the other night, you'll know that I sat there and wept like a baby, because I get a little emotional about stuff like that.
I've done it on the air too, Matt.
The
night we were talking about when Hammer died, I broke down.
Yep. And I mean, I stood in the back over there at the shop and did exactly the same thing whenever I got the notification from Seth. He's like, I don't know if you heard about this or not. And I was like, I hadn't. And it kicks you right in the gut. It does. And it's difficult to. Anger is an easy thing to get behind when you're sad. And it makes it easier sometimes, and yet that's sometimes the wrong thing to tether yourself to. And I have to remind myself of that kind of stuff on a regular basis, that it's not necessarily something for me to be mad about. Death is a part of things, and the best thing we can do is just treat people right and take care of one another, and be there and appreciate the time that we have with those that we have when we have them now. And I have to look at the same thing whenever I'm in a relationship with somebody, and I'm like, okay, well, it fell apart, and that sucks, and that hurts, and all of that good stuff. But I appreciated the time that I had with that individual during the time that I had them. And when I think back to Hammer, I always think back to anytime he was down there making coffee in the booking area. And
he's the one that made the booking sludge.
Yes, he is.
We used to make other agencies sign a waiver if they wanted a cup of the coffee.
Hammer made coffee right. You didn't drink Hammer's coffee. It marched down your throat, and
under its own power.
Yeah, whether you wanted it to or not.
Grabbing a hold of your tonsils, going up and up, fat boy.
So I can't help but get a laugh and a smile out of stuff like that. And so, that's always, good to think back on decent memories, fond memories about loved ones and people that did things right. But for me, I hang on to things too much. I still, on occasion, think back to some calls that I would go out to as far as calls for service. And part of my issue whenever I was working patrol is you don't really get a whole lot of like resolution. You don't know what happens to some of the people after the call is over. a follow up there. You don't get a, hey, how's things been since the last time I saw you? Because I probably saw you on one of the worst days of your life. And so I'm constantly hooked on these moments of just really shitty days. And that's not an accurate depiction of who some of those people are. And it's not an accurate depiction of their life or anything about them. And so I have to constantly remind myself of that because, it's easy to pass quick judgment on somebody based off of their financial status, their clothes, the way they act, the way they talk, all of that good stuff. But, everybody's where they're at because of whatever choices they make, however they've been treated. It's a totality of the circumstances, and recognizing that's important. But as far as my interactions with Josh over on State of the Nerd the other night, I was glad that I got some of that off my chest. I got to go see my counselor, and that was incredibly beneficial. And then, of course, we've been talking a lot about the game development that we've been working on for Robert's story, and I'm very excited about that. And then it turns out that I get to be your inner monologue,
Cool.
Roger. So I'm a voice that lives inside your head.
At which I believe I stated, dude, you're braver than I.
I hope you speak Spanish.
I mean, just enough to make me sort of dangerous. I can tell you to lift your eggs.
Yeah.
And
testículos sobre su cabeza.
Yeah, I know that's saying actual testicles. I'm saying huevos because that's your eggs. Lift your eggs above your head. And you know what I'm saying when I say that.
Now I do, yes.
Yeah, whenever you're doing a strip search, you tell a person, hey, lift your eggs above your head. Suddenly they go, huh? Oh. And they get it. I mean, you get it. So, okay, I need to ask you. You clearly speak Spanish. That's the only reason Robert's brought that up. I have a question. Attractive, hot. What is that word?
Attractive, hot?
Yeah.
Well, you might, it depends. It's two words, but you could say caliente, which is hot.
I thought that's is that temperature hot?
It is, but
okay.
When you're referring to a woman, you could say muy caliente, which is very hot.
Right.
And then you could say ardiente,
okay,
which is also similar to like burning or smoldering, but again, along the lines of caliente, smoking, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, but you wanted to say it's very hot?
Sure. So when I was working at the jail in Christian County, we used to put out hot water. We used to put out hot water for the inmates, right? And so we'd come around and we'd say agua caliente. So hot water, right? So in my mind, I go, okay, that's temperature hot. Well, there's a guy that works with me at my regular day job, and we have pumps that I work on fuel pumps now, and they have EL hot, and EL is for engine line. They actually go to another division within our company, but it looks like it says L hot, and so it always cracks me up. So every time one comes out, I say the caliente because I'm flipping it around. It's the hot instead of
very good, yes.
Instead of the hot, and he's always like, "No, it's fuego." I go, "I'm pretty certain
that's fire."
I was about to say, I'm pretty certain that's not what that is.
Yeah, and fuego is on fire, burning, something like that. And fuego is okay. And fuego is hot fire.
Okay.
So
does fuego, that work?
Yeah, actually it does.
Okay.
See, and fuego means it's hot, but it's also on fire.
Okay.
If you say está en fuego, you're saying it's burning.
It's burning. Okay,
it's on fire. It's on fire.
My buddy Jim, he's Puerto Rican, and when we were hanging out in high school,
do you speak Puerto Rican?
No, I do not. He would always say something like
Spanish, by the way.
Like hasta luego or something like that, and I would always say Tierra del Fuego back at him.
Tierra del Fuego. Okay, that's funny. All right, that's pretty good. The Spanish language, there's variety to it, but it's rather consistent. The problem is you have the Castilian, which is from Spain, the Spanish, the proper Spanish, the vosotros, and then you have pretty much everyone else. And it's like England and the colonies. So you have the colonials always telling the Spaniards, up yours, we speak Spanish. We do not speak the stuffy. It's like the these and thous and days of English.
The Castilian Spanish.
Yes, the Castilian.
Educación.
Or castellano. Yes, educación. Sí. Vos.
Well, Jim, I'm gonna have to jump off here. It's almost 12:30 on the East Coast.
All right, man.
Hey, well,
have a good night.
Celebrate my birthday over there on April 21st. Doing very well, thank you. So it's not over here yet.
So I don't want to set the fire alarm off, Roger.
Yeah, okay. Hey, by the way, it's 9:35 p.m. I was actually born at 9:37 p.m. Pacific time. So it's kind of cool that it's 2 minutes, 24 hours away from the actual moment. So just for what it's worth. But General, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure, sir. And as you were. Sir.
Have a good night, Josh.
All
right. Really good stuff, folks. Again, quick station identification. You're listening to the Tuesday Nightmare Hunter in America special edition.
How do you know they're in America?
Well, the continent, whether it be north or south, is pretty much one entity unless you want to talk about that little place where there isn't a road.
Could you
or
not?
That little isthmus where there's a big waterway that goes through.
Could they not be in Australia listening to this right now?
We do get the occasional listener from the Philippines.
Actually, yes. All kidding aside, believe it or not, don't know why, but MTV Media is huge in Australia.
Really?
It just is. Because we've interviewed.
We're crazy.
Yes. We've interviewed we've had many guests that are Australian, and we didn't know this, but in Australia, if an Australian is interviewed anywhere, the entire nation knows about it.
I mean,
and
so
we're like, yeah.
I loved being in Australia. I was there for a few months at one point. I got to climb to the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge on one of the tours. I was straight tourist, right? Yeah, it was awesome. I got out there, got out to the Great Barrier Reef, nearly beat a lady to death with a flip-flop because she was standing on the Great Barrier Reef and just stomping around on top of it. I'm like, quit breaking the reef, lady. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm from here in the nice old United States, right? And some of the other people that were there were also from the United States, but they're the really bad example of the people from the United States. And so as soon as they got around to me, and I'm like, nope.
I'm from Canada.
I'm from Canada. I'm not with them. Not with them at all. We're in the middle of the Daintree Forest. Okay, so there's rainforest, the Daintree Rainforest, and they had kids with them that had like wandered off into the surrounding area, and this, we're going to call him a parent,
loosely.
I can't really quite call him an adult. I don't feel good about that word.
Post-pubescent DNA donor.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he was an uncle. I don't really know. All I know is that it was time for us to leave, and his little crotch goblins were out roaming around in the woods and the jungle, the actual legitimate jungle.
Crotch goblins.
I love how you're adding that to a list.
A list, not my list.
A list. I
yes.
said a list. So, and then he proceeded to tell the tour guide that back home, this is how we get the kids to round up. And he stripped off. Yeah, he did. He stripped off a piece of grass from the ground. Then he proceeded to put it between his thumbs, like so. And then did one of those things, right? With the piece of grass. And he's like, that's how we get the kids to come back to the house back where I'm from. And I was like, I'm going to have a seizure.
Back in the holler.
Basically. So the little tiny versions of this person.
Were they from Kentucky or West Virginia?
Tennessee.
Okay.
Well,
You were so close.
I was, man. Well,
They were pure Appalachia.
He's like,
okay.
I got this. I can lump them in a category here. We go to get on the Daintree River. Now, this is a tour that we're on, and they know the area very, very well. And so as they're putting us onto this boat to go down the actual river, they're like, all right, guys, we're going to go check out some crocodiles. Do not get up and go from one side of the boat to the other. We're going to take this thing and we're going to drive in circles a couple of different times to give everyone an opportunity to see, give everyone an opportunity to take pictures, all of that good stuff. So these little hobgoblins decide that they need to just ignore that. Yes, I've got all kinds of colorful names for them. You're like,
wait.
Is that on the list?
Yeah.
What was it you called that guy in Delta Pod that day? The Knob Goblin?
No, I called him an uneducated little troglodyte. And he got real mad at me. And I'm like, what did you get mad at me for? You don't even know what that is. And he was like, you called me a chocolate dyke. I go, I did not call you a chocolate dyke. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. I said troglodyte. He's like, same thing. I go, no, it's not. You don't know what that is. You can't get mad about it. You don't know what that is. And he was like,
if you can't define it, you can't get pissed off.
He's like, well, what is it? I was like, it's a cave monster is the really, really simple explanation there. And he goes, well, why didn't you just say that? And I go, because it's more fun to call you things like that, because then you get mad like this, you thespian. And oh my God, you want to see him come like he lost his mind because I called him a thespian.
You called him a dyke, and then you called him a thespian. I mean, what do you expect?
Oh, very good.
He said, I want a supervisor down here right now. And I was like, that's not going to go your way. He's like, I want a supervisor down here right now. So I ended up calling our sergeant. His name's Cantor. And he looks like a human version of a bulldog.
More like Farva from Super Troopers.
A human version of a bulldog.
A human version of a... I said that. So and he comes walking in there and he's like...
You mean shenanigans?
Oh, so he comes walking in the room. He's like, he's got a dip in his mouth. He's like, what seems to be the problem? Goes to, talking to this guy. And he's like, he called me a chocolate dyke. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I called him a troglodyte. And he's like, is that better? And I'm like, I mean, I was like, he goes, that's not the only thing he called me. What else did you call me? I said, I called him a thespian. And of course he knows that word and he starts laughing. He's like, and he's like, you're playing it up an awful bunch. You might as well be. So no, back to the other deal though. Here we are, we're on this boat. They're like, do not get up, go to one side or the other. Don't want to disturb the crocodiles. As we're going down, now you have to understand something. And I didn't know this about crocodiles. Evidently, they can. Evidently, what happens is that upriver, okay, there will be the big crocodile. And it'll kill and eat something until it's full. Then its remains drift down the river, and progressively the crocodiles get smaller the further down the river you go, as a part of not only their hierarchy, but also the available food that's there. So I didn't know that was a thing. So at one end of the river, you're seeing tiny little crocodiles. And the further up the river you go, the bigger the crocodiles get. And I think that's just fascinating. And we're right alongside a field. And I suddenly noticed that in this field are a shit ton of cows. And I'm like, boy, I wonder what they're feeding on. And they were eating cattle that would come down too close to the water and catch them and drag them off into the water, and they barrel roll them and then they go drifting down. Well, we kept seeing these tiny little crocodiles. They're sitting out there on the rocks and they got their hands up, they got their feet down, their head up, and they're just sunbathing. That's what they do. They're lizards. I mean, not really, you know what I'm saying? They're amphibian. I don't want to get hate mail over the fact that I said lizards when I'm talking about crocodiles. But
yeah, we will.
Probably. They're not. They're amphibians, and I know that. But yeah. But these kids are sitting here in this boat, and they get up, and they come over to one side of the boat, and they spin a lap, and they taking us back by it again. They get up, they go to the other side of the boat. Well, one of them finds a rock in the floor of the boat that we're in. They pick it up, and they're like, there's no way that thing's real. It's like the fourth one we've seen. It's a lot bigger than the first few we saw. This one's easily as big as this kid is. And he's like, there's no way these things are real. They've gone down through here, and they've staged all these things. This is a bunch of horse shit. And they take that rock, and they throw it at that crocodile. And it lands real close. And that crocodile goes, dives off into the water. And I turn, and this kid is standing over the top of me. He's now shuffled over to my side of the boat. And he turns and he looks at me as soon as it happens. He goes, whoa. And I go, sit down or I'm throwing you in the water. And apparently I looked very serious because suddenly he was like, I'm going to sit down now. And he went over and he sat down until we went by a branch that had a snake hanging off of it. And he decided to get up there and he's trying to look at this snake. And he's right in front of me again. And I went, boo. And he's like, huh, and he went and sat back down again. I was like, I'm about done with these kids. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. And at the time, I was married, so my wife's with me, now ex-wife, and she's over here going, it's fine, just like, let it go. Well, like I said, you hit the right combination of the buttons, and Matt starts to come a little unafraid, and I'm like, you're getting pretty close to getting the right combination down. They're really testing that lock. And we finally get done. It's all over. Thank God. Then we get on the bus, the go back to wherever it is we're from. And they start singing songs at the top of their lungs.
Kumbaya, my lord.
No. Like Old MacDonald, Yankee Doodle Dandy, like
Country Roads.
Fill in the blank songs. Like it's kids' songs is what they're singing. And I'm trying so hard to just ignore it. And I'm like, how much further do we have to go? And they're like, oh, we're like 6 miles away. I'm like, okay, I can make it 6 more miles. How much further are we? We're 5 miles away. Son of a bitch. All right, well, we're 4 miles away. Okay. And we just kept progressively like making our way further and further. And I'm like, we're almost done. I don't have to murder these people. I don't have to go to an Australian prison.
Have you looked into medication?
Oh, no, I have. Turns out that I'm
just kidding.
I'm actually
I know what I understand where you're coming from, but
I'm actually
because they bother me too. I don't like.
Well, we finally get back to Sydney. And we're gone. They drop them off at a hotel. They take us to our hotel. We're done with them, right? Over with. We're in Sydney, Australia. What are the odds I'm going to see these people again? Astronomical.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're in the middle of a tourist hotspot, though, right? And so here we are wandering along, and we're hungry, and we decided to go get something to eat. My wife at the time was like, let's go to McDonald's. And so we went to McDonald's. As we're sitting here eating, I bet you can't guess who came bebopping through the door to get burgers.
The crocodiles.
It was the crocodiles. It was like, oh my God, hey guys, how's it going? Oh, decided to give up on those raw cows and come in here and get some pre-cook or some post-cook stuff, right? No, it was them. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. We're going to need to go to someplace else. And we got up and left, and I didn't have to see him again. I don't know whatever ended up happening to those people, but I hope it was awful.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. That was nice.
That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I have to mark that moment.
You just hope it involves an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah. We won't call in though.
Some people need it,
I know that. I know. I'm not arguing with you.
He's like, I can, for legal purposes, I both cannot agree or deny what you just said.
See, now you regret not throwing them in with the crocodile, so you wouldn't have seen them again at McDonald's.
Dude, he regretted it from the moment they decided to be little punks. Yeah. Did you hear the little names he gave them?
Oh yeah, I heard the names.
Those aren't terms of endearment, man.
But, I use those names for everybody that I don't.
I'm glad I never thought of them.
Jeez,
do you call children? Do you call children with shards of grass?
No.
Jeez, no, I don't.
Do any of you all have friends that summon their children with shards of grass?
Oh, too many people watch this program for me to answer that one.
No.
I'm asking if you know anyone like that.
But I do hate the big whistle.
That's how I call my little pussycats.
What are the cats, not your kids? All right.
They're probably outside like, hey, what the hell? What's going on?
They're guarding your house.
Where's our food?
They're guarding your house from the dogmen.
Actually, they are. I've talked about this several times where I leave the office in the middle of the night and there's one that sits on top of the wall but sits as a sentry, not lounging, but actually is seated.
Like a sphinx?
Yes. And it's amazing. And then there's one hidden in the grass on the far side of the yard that it's
cat sniper.
Like, yes. Actually, Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Yeah, sorry. That's Valkyrie. But I'll never forget the one time I walked out of the house in the morning and the cats were on the perimeter of the property. I'll never, ever forget that. That was crazy.
It's when you step out and it's darkness and all you see is glowing eyes. That'll be a little creepy.
Well, it was dark. There might have been a little bit of a horn moon out, but that's neither here nor there. And it really amazed me that they were on the perimeter of the property. It was like, wow. And I felt good. I felt safe. As I said, I've not had too many things happen. But Matt, I've been dying to tell you that when you had that situation, I had a similar one as well. Look, I have to deal with engineers, the lowest of the low, civil engineers. I've had other engineers tell me, oh, yeah, that's the lowest.
Anything but civil.
Yeah, anything but. So I was told I had to go to a meeting, and I was like, oh, man, I lost it. I said, oh, now I got to go deal with the literati over at the main building, whatever. And someone walked in right behind me and said, Raj, I didn't know you were one of those. I didn't know you were a Mason. I didn't know. I was like, oh, the idiot thought I said Illuminati.
Maybe he thought you worked with bricks.
Well, you probably even confused them with the symbol on your hat.
Did you have any cement?
Even though we know it's Deathly Hollows.
Well, as a matter of fact, for the longest time, I did have a certain seal on my website. And it created a little too much mail, and I was like, okay, I'm going to have to remove it. But and you could call them up right now, the Whittier Masonic Temple on Mar Vista in the city of Whittier. You can ask them what happened on June 12th, 1993. And we had our wedding reception at the Whittier Masonic Temple. Merry Christmas, boys. I noticed DA backed up, man. That was funny. He drew back. I'm like, hey, I'll have to find a wedding card. And it was so funny because I'd only had like about a year and a half at my job. And I was like, I knew there was something about Raj. I knew there was something. It was great. Absolutely awesome. But, yeah. But I said illiterati, Matt, and the guy walked in. He says, I didn't know you were a Mason. Elegant proof thereof.
Smile and nod. Smile and
Smile
nod.
and nod. Yep, that's right.
Smile and wave, boys.
My grandmother.
Smile and wave.
That's right.
My grandmother, years ago, she is not a morning person. Loves coffee, big time coffee drinker. And
she's got her priorities straight.
Heck yeah. So here she is. She's sitting there in the kitchen. The washing machine at the house wasn't working. They had a repair guy come over there to the house to work on it. And it was him and his trainee, some new guy. And the trainee's in there in the laundry room trying to slide this thing over, unhook it all, and then he's got to shove it out of the room. And they're going to haul it off. My grandmother's sitting here. The actual repair guy's talking to my grandfather. My grandmother's sitting here. She's drinking her coffee and bobbing her foot up and down over her knee, just doing her old lady thing. And this dude slides that washer into place and then goes to shove it out of the room, and it goes boom, just right up against the frame of the door. And he looks at it, and he's kind of turning it. He looks at it a couple of times. And he looks up at my grandmother, and he goes, "This doesn't come out of here, does it?" And she said, "Nope. We liked it so much, we built the whole fucking house around it." And of course, he doesn't know what to say to this little old woman who just said that to him.
It just destroyed him.
He's like, Oh, right. Yeah, I'm stupid. And of course, the actual Maytag guy comes over there and he's like, he turned it a couple of times and slid it right out of the room. He's like, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, she couldn't stop herself. She's just like, yeah, we liked it so much. We just built the whole place around that one thing. You're right. That doesn't come out of there. Doesn't come out of here at all. So whenever you're telling me about people that are like, they misheard you and stuff like that, I get that. I totally get that. There are a lot of dumb in the world. There are a lot of dumb. But those same people, they're really good at certain things, right? You're probably really, really good at like a specific thing. You're probably an absolute expert in something specific. It might be something minute. It might be something very simple. Everyone has something that they're really, 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 really good at. I don't care what it is. Everyone has something they're really good at. They're probably really dumb when it comes to a lot of other things inside their life. But there's probably one. I'm probably the best person here at leak check and timing pumps at my job. Okay. Of the three of us, of the four of us sitting here talking, I am an expert there. You all can defer to my expertise in that regard. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. I am an expert in that field. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm even remotely qualified to be an engineer. It doesn't even remotely mean that I'm qualified to do whatever Richard does. It doesn't mean I can do whatever DA does in his off time. I mean, I write, but not like Roberts does. I put myself, out there, for social media purposes and things, not like Roberts does, right? He's good at the things that he does. I guarantee, have something within your life that you're like the best at. That's like your jam, right? And by comparison to me, you are the expert there. Everyone in some facet, even the dumbest person out there, even the most cracked out person, has a thing they're really good at. That's their thing. And when you stack me against them, yeah, they're clearly the expert in whatever that thing happens to be. Everybody's good at something. You can't be good at everything.
Do you know your only peer is that little 16-year-old that can whiz from the other side of the room to the other? That's it. That's the only one. The DA actually envisioned it. Don't worry about it, Matt. Don't worry about it. Those little 16-year-olds, little bastards, they get away with murder.
Oh, yeah.
But you're right. I guess they're expert at something, I suppose. So I'd like to know the difference between what you said, the tomahawk and an axe. May I ask you that?
Oh, absolutely. So, well.
Oh, my God. I think I just lost the audience.
My actual tomahawk is over at my other apartment.
Oh.
I am great at
Josh.
talking.
Don't be jealous, Josh.
I am great at talking. I don't shut up. So a tomahawk, a lot of times the head of the actual axe is gravity fed. It's what keeps it down. So the actual handle is tapered. It's real thick at one end, thin at the other. And then the eye hole that's on the actual axe head is thin at the bottom, wide at the top. And so what happens is you slide that stick through there and you slide all the way down to the end. And when you swing it, all that gravity keeps it locked down to one end. And so when you go to throw it, it propels itself. Real long handle. Oftentimes the blade is really, really wide. It's curved across the top. Doesn't have to be, but a lot of times they are. But whenever you go to throw them, it's that gravity, that inertia that keeps it locked down to that end. A lot of times if you hit them wrong, those heads will pop off there, but they're real easy to fix. You just slide it back into position, swing it straight down. Generally, they stay right there on it. You can fix it by putting like pins in it and things of that nature to prevent that from sliding, but that's not what they're supposed to do. A hatchet, on the other hand, a lot of times, especially with like the Husqvarna style handles, they've got a curve at the bottom of them to go the other direction. The head on it, the eye hole, you set the axe in over the top. You try to force it down as much as you can. You flip it over and you tap them in. And whenever you're tapping from the bottom, that axe head slides up onto the handle. It almost seems backwards from the way you'd expect it to put it together. You drive a couple of pins in there with a wooden wedge to expand that and fill up that entire space inside that eye hole. And that's really the biggest difference, is that head's not supposed to come back off of there. Whereas with the tomahawk, you can take that head off pretty much whenever. That's one of the biggest differences that I can see. The overall design of them is very much the same. I mean, an axe can only be an axe if it's got a blade on it and an edge on at least one side. If you had a double bearded one, obviously that's a little bit different, but normally you have those two options. You're either hammering the axe head down onto the handle, or the head slides onto the handle and is gravity fed down. That's really the biggest option, or the biggest differences that I can see.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Now I know. I feel like now, based on what you explained to me, I think I've got it. Just the other day, I saw a video on, what was it, cricket? I think I'm ready to go. I actually posted on Sports Talk with the guys.
So do you have an axe house out where you're at?
That was a Freudian in reverse. I heard something else. What was your question?
Do you have an axe house out where you are?
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
At least I don't know of it. No.
What major city are you near? Not necessarily what city are you in, but what major city are you near?
Yeah, look, I'm in the suburbs. Well, actually, I'm in the country, as I tell them. It pisses everyone off when I tell them I'm in Pomona. I am 32 miles east of downtown Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in Pomona. Hell. They get so damn hot. Hey, boys, it hit 118 degrees 2 years ago.
Let's see.
On a Friday. That was hot.
LA Axe. I just literally searched at Los Angeles Axe House. Very top selection. North Hollywood, Los Angeles. LA-AX. LAX is the name of the place.
I think it's a play on LAX, the airport.
Yep. Welcome to Los Angeles' premier indoor-outdoor axe throwing facility, North Hollywood. Hit the target. Hit the target with your next great get-together. That's pretty awesome. I'm actually looking at all their stuff as of right now. $40 per person to throw. That's actually not bad, considering we're $30 for 2 hours worth of throwing. That gives you one dedicated axe coach, 2 dedicated targets. That's an hour on the lanes. Yeah, like you.
Oh, they're on Coldwater Canyon. Okay. I know
yeah,
exactly
man.
where they are in North Hollywood.
See,
I'm going to go over to Google just to give you an idea.
you gotta get over there and get some pictures, man.
Sure.
Yeah, gotta go do some axe stuff. I'm telling you, you'll love it.
Dude, if I get an axe in my hand, I'll be arrested.
Are you kidding me?
Because they're gonna see it in my eyes. They're like, "Oh, hey, that axe stays here." I'm like, "Hey, it says $40 an hour."
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you this.
You can do a lot of damage in an hour.
Just kidding. Yeah, just kidding.
Tell you what, I'm gonna make you a deal. Better not run over the cat. There it is.
You wouldn't be a first one to kill Targaryen.
You go axe throwing. You come back and you find out that you enjoy it. I will send you the newest axe that I just built.
Okay, fair enough. It's going to have to be in May.
I literally just finished putting this together the other day.
All right. I will have video. Maybe I'll even take Dream with me on that day.
Hey.
Spend some time together. I might even get the big dog to go as well.
There you go.
So that would be cool.
Yeah. And I'll send you an axe. I'll tell you this. It's the exact same head and handle style that I use for what's called duels throwing and trick shots. This is actually my trick shot axe. I have to rubber band the sheath on because I've had to file down the head so much. It's actually the same axe style that I ended up giving to Josh whenever he came down to visit during back in last year sometime. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he took it back with him to Ohio. So yeah, it's the same handle style and head as that. It's called a Valley Forge axe head.
As a matter of fact, gentlemen, I'm going to give you a quick view of what I'm looking at from where it is compared to me. You guys will laugh, but it is very, very far away. Check it out. I'm going to go over to Google right here. This is the Southern California basin. It is 45.5 miles away
Oh,
I would have, here's home in Pomona. I pass Covina, El Monte. This is Alhambra. And this is the downtown circle right here. Dodger Stadium's around here. And
oh man! So when I was in
yeah.
California, I actually wasn't far from where you were. We were actually down in Yorba Linda, down near Chino Hills.
Oh yeah, Yorba Linda's down here.
Yeah.
How
And
close
Chino
are you to
Hills is
West
over here.
Covina?
Well, I'm about 7 to 10 miles away.
Okay, well, there's one called Axum, AXEM,
Hey, there you
Axum
go.
Axe Throwing in West Covina.
Oh wow. Go
Yeah.
figure.
How about Upland? How close are you to Upland?
Upland is just east of me. It's within 4 to 6 miles.
There's a place called the Axe Lair LLC in Upland, California.
Man,
See,
you're
that-
surrounded by it.
Guys, look, here's where I'm at. Okay. And here's Upland.
See?
So,
I'm telling you just got to find one of these places. They're all over the place nowadays.
by the way, since we're already looking at the map right now, here's Pomona, here's Downey, and this is about where I was located. And the story was the sheriff's copter was doing a racetrack pattern in this area.
How
Okay.
close are you to Valley Glen?
Valley Glen?
Yeah, 7308 Coldwater Canyon Avenue, Valley
Oh,
Glen.
that's over here. That's way over here. That's 7308. That's the one that,
Oh, it's one Matt found? Okay.
yeah. I am 45.5 miles away, otherwise known as 45 minutes.
How
Now,
about Van
remember,
Nuys?
Van Nuys is actually not too far from there. Van Nuys is somewhere around here.
There's one called Break Room LA that throws axes in Van Nuys.
We're just trying to get you to go check some blades now.
Oh, here's like Van Nuys. Yeah, it's in the valley. Yeah, that's right around there.
There's a bunch of them close to you.
Guys, Southern California is immense. The entire
How,
base.
how close to Tarzana are you?
Tarzana's further out.
Okay.
It's
Never mind.
that's North Hollywood again.
Man.
How about Northridge?
Northridge even further.
Okay.
Actually, here was the earthquake, guys. Here's
Temecula?
Temecula's closer to me over here.
There's one called SoCal Axe in Temecula.
The one Upland. Okay, that's funny. The one in Upland was much closer. It's about 6 miles away at most.
There you go.
The advertisement for SoCal Axe, the young lady doesn't appear to be wearing pants.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, where? What?
The one for SoCal Axe. She's just wearing like a baggy shirt. Doesn't look like she's wearing pants.
Oh, that's most interesting. Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Like
I'll,
to see her throw.
Sure. I just have to be careful what I say from time to time. Oh, what's that? SoCal. Oh,
Yeah. No, she's probably wearing pants.
She's
sure.
probably got shorts on at least.
Has to.
Yeah.
See all 48 pictures. Oh, these are the pictures that they upload.
This is like people going out there.
Right, yes.
That's cool.
SoCal Axe, yes.
Oh,
That
okay.
is-
So that's actually that style of target's called a NAFTA style target. And they have a
All
throwing
right.
shovel.
Do you have a fence,
enlighten-
Roger? Do you have a fence, Roger?
I'm Latin. How should I answer that?
Okay, funny guy. On your property, do you have a wooden fence that you can just throw an axe against? That if you,
I don't own the property just yet. As a matter of fact, I alluded to DA that got a tiny bit of bad news this past
oh,
Friday.
there we go.
We've lived here for 7 years, and the owner just said, "We're gonna sell. So here's your 60-day, unless you want to buy the property." So we're actually going to try to buy the property right now. If not,
So you're going to try and buy it.
World headquarters. Yeah, we are. Where we're at right now, we're going to.
So you like it? You like it enough to actually buy it and commit yourself?
Well, I've already committed myself, so I don't know what the hell that means. But no, just kidding. Just
Never mind.
kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
believe it.
the house next to us to the west is going to go on sale on May 1st. So my sister may try to purchase that one. So we're going to actually try to get both. So we'll see.
Oh. Okay. So
We-
now
they're
you can
gonna
have a
be-
you
Little
can
by
have a
little,
whole
they're
neigh-
going to rename the
neighborhood,
subdivision the
It'll
Noriega
be the
subdivision.
Noriega compound. But I do want to say this. When who was talking about the Matt, was talking about the size of the alligators at downriver and stuff. Based on my neighbors' sizes, I have to figure that I'm downriver too. I've been dying, Matt, to tell you that one for a little while.
That's so
Based
good.
on all my neighbors, I'm downriver.
Clearly downriver.
Oh, good God, yes. As a matter of fact, I told my assistant the other day, I said, I know it's very rude, but whenever I butcher English, I will always say, oh, Sister Pauline Therese, she's rolling over in her grave. And people say, oh, that's not very nice to say. I said, well, no, you had to know her. Just think of a beach ball with 2 arms and 2 legs.
If you don't butcher English, then you're not an American.
God bless America. America.
There you go.
That's what my neighbor's like. You saw that, huh?
Somebody's about to have a sympathy firearm shot.
Well, they fire from time to time. And I've always bragged about being on the north side of the freeway because I'm right near Claremont, Laverne, and everything. Well, if we're not able to buy the property, we already have a new place where a family member owns. It's south of the freeway. It's like 6 blocks away. It's like, damn it. Because I've always joked. Because people come over and say, Raj, you've got great fast internet. I'm right near, with all the racial overtones you want to use, I'm right next to Claremont, the colleges.
Hey.
I said, geez, if I was on the other side of the freeway, I'd probably still be on AOL dial-up.
Oh, man. Then we never see you.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one. The Nightmare Hunter HQ and Research Center. Ooh, we have plans. So, yes, we are looking to do it. I am a little worried because we've been here for a while now, and it's just like, oh, man, it's over 7 years, maybe going on 8. And we're going to see what's going to happen. But we've, other than all the stuff that you see, they're all consumables, and we're rather Spartan. So what I'm going to do, I fully admit it, not joking, I'm going to rent that massive U-Haul truck, and I'm going to go down to Home Depot, and that's it. I'm sorry. I'm not moving. I'm going to go down to Home Depot, and I'm going to flash this. And I figured they can do it in one day, and that's it. I'm sorry.
I figured they could do it in one day.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. 4 of them? Oh, hell yeah. So, and with the bottles of liquor that I have, I'll promise them all a bottle or 2.
Get some work.
Yeah, so I'm too old to move. And if I have to move again, I'm just going to, I don't want to move. The only thing that I'm really going to have to move is the office, honestly. Is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5, 6 full-size desks in here, a hutch, 3 bookcases, and some other odd bits of furniture. I ain't moving. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna rent that truck and just say, "Hey, there you go."
I require 4 assistants.
Aye, lad. Yes. That's the only way I can do it. I just
You want Khaleesi?
Khaleesi.
Yeah. Just being
All right.
a pain in the butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick station identification break. You are listening here to the Tuesday Nightmare Hunter. Yeah, I butchered it already. Tuesday Night in America, Nightmare Hunter special episode redo, or part do, or is it part duh?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So it's really cool stuff, folks. Of course, he's DA. That's Matt. And that's Almighty. Wait, there it is. Almighty, otherwise known as Richard. Richard, I'm not sure if I ever told you this, but in my employer, I have been an activist for many years, and I rose to the position of vice chair, clerical. It was the base bargaining unit 111. I was vice chair for 6 years, so I negotiated union contracts for some time. And we were going to start negotiations, and I missed the first one because I wasn't released from work, whatever. And we're sitting up there in Glendora. We're a big unit. There's like 48 of us in base and soups, 111 and 112. So I'm up front. I got my 10 in front of me. It says Roger Noriega. And the negotiator from my employer walks in. He says, hey, guys, we're running a little bit late. We'll be right with you. Give us about 10, 20 minutes. And then he looks over at me and he does this. Hey, you made it. Richard? And I looked at him right away and I said, knowing that my name, the tent was right in front of me, and I said, yeah, you know what? I think the exact same thing of you, dick. Oh, dude.
He didn't call you Ricardo?
No, he looked at me, and I know what he was thinking. He's like, Richard? It is generally an adversarial relationship. There's just nothing you can do.
Well, he didn't want to come out and call you a dick. So.
Well, it dawned on me when he said Richard, I was like, now I know why people can't remember my name. They usually call me Richard. I get it now. Everyone knows my name is Roger, but they tend to forget. So they're like, hey, Richard. Why the hell do they call me Richard? I get it. I get it now. So that was no fun. They are motivated workers. Who?
The guys you were going to pick up at Home Depot.
Oh. Yep. Sure. Oh, very good, Matt. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah.
It's sign language.
Cuatro. Solo necesito cuatro.
Now I need to know how to say bull in Spanish. How do you say bull?
A bull, well, translated directly is Toro, like the lawnmower brand.
Toro.
All
yes.
Right. Because it seems to be a running theme of everyone around here splicing English and Spanish together. They say a Spanish word and then an English word. And at our axe house, bullseyes, okay, right? But they call them throwing a bull. When two people are competing, they say dos bulles. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not how you say that.
Ojos del Toro?
You just, the gas just started coming. It's all.
That's a thing. That's a thing that they do. And I'm like, that's not a thing.
I can't fake that. The gases have come up. Ugh, I need mine.
Man.
The acids. Vesuvius has got nothing on me right now.
Oh, you should see to that, I guess.
It's long term, but I do. I forget what I have to take. It's
is it spree? Do you want some spree? Would you like some spree? I feel like you want some spree. Do you want some spree?
What is that? That's
candy.
Middle America. I don't know.
They're good candy.
It's hard candy.
Hard candy. I don't think we have such a thing out here on the West.
I bet you do.
Hard? I doubt it. I doubt it.
You can get the chewy kind.
Oh, aren't those Skittles or?
No, spree.
I guess it's a Midwest thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it is a Midwest thing. Hey, dude, watch what you're doing with Khaleesi. We might have to change the rating here, pal.
Jeez.
She's the one flipping her ass in the air.
Richard. Sorry, Richard. I mean, look at what's going on, dude.
I see it.
She wants her butt slapped, so she's sitting over here on my desk with her ass in the air.
Oh, my God. What? Yeah, I'm glad I'm not over there.
Welcome to Tuesday night. Nightmare Hunter in America.
Why, Richard? You want to get your butt slapped?
Well, why not? Might as well get in line. Why not? Yeah.
Clearly.
Roper's an equal opportunity butt slapper.
That's true. That's true.
Butt slapping.
That
could be a new show for us. Butt slapping with the fellas.
Hey, so I'll host it. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, well,
three are like Smarties.
Kind of.
We really have to do. We've got to get 10 people. We got to do the squares, the tic-tac-toe. We've got to do it. I think that'll be great, man. To do 10 of them, that'd be a lot of fun. And we can have All Tower Media. We can have DA-verse, NDB Media, Sports Talk with the Guys, all those, and just be a part of it. I got to say that Cliff Zier, many years ago when he was part of NDB Media, he invented something on Blog Talk Radio called BTR Feud. And basically, it was a bunch of programs that would go up against each other in the form of Family Feud.
Oh, nice.
And it was cool because he had the game at home, and he was cool. He was a natural arbiter, so there's no problem. And we get, like, competing TV shows, 2 or 3 people from each program. and you would play Family Feud, and it was fun on the radio.
Okay.
And if we did that on the radio, we could do it here on this too.
So, for a long time, All Tower had kind of a joint program going on with. So that 10. There you go. We had a joint venture-esque style thing going with another channel called Flick Freaks. I was helping my friend Andrew, who ran the show Flick Freaks. And we ended up having a pie eating contest. I got slapped in the face with a pie. It was amazing. And at the end of it, the winner of the pie eating contest, this was 3 years ago. It's actually still up on our channel. If you go over there and search All Tower Media pie eating, the pie eating contest is there. It's 20 something minutes long. There towards the end of it, one of the participants slapped me in the face with a pie. It was awesome. I got hit in the face with a blueberry pie really hard. But we had Flick Freaks and Geek.0. That was the other channel that was helping us out, and they were on. But I had taken an action figure of John Cena, and I still have it. It's at my new apartment right this second. So it's just one of the like wrestling style action figures that I glued in place as far as the way it stands. I then spray painted it completely black, and then I spray painted it completely gold. And so now we have this thing that we call the Gold Cena. And the Gold Cena is what we used as a trophy that we were going to pass around from group to group as we came up with challenges. And so it would sit in the background of the idea was to have it sit in the background of each one of our channels as we were like doing things. And it became an in-house kind of like competition amongst everybody that was trying. And anybody that won it could then challenge somebody who has it for it to try to win it back. And we came up with all kinds of different challenges and stuff like that in order to be able to like facilitate that. It made it kind of fun. So as you're talking about this, I was like, oh, there's a good excuse to bust out the Gold Cena.
Hell yeah. Yeah, sounds good, man. Guys, there's so much competition that we can do now with right here on StreamYard and just all the people involved. Oh, there she is. Good for Khaleesi.
She's sitting on my mouse. I think that's the indication that it's time for me to go pass out because I got to kick her ass out of my room before she gets hair everywhere. Oh. So I am going to bow out from you all this evening. I appreciate you letting me spend some time with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, Roper. Sorry, I'm starting to get tired.
No worries,
starting to zone out.
That's all right. Well, we'll catch up again.
We've been on for 3 hours. This was not expected. We did four and a half hours yesterday, DA. We're getting old, dude. And it's really fun. I'm looking forward to like I said, I'm gonna go on for a little while tomorrow. I got stuff I have to do, and I can't strand the guys like that. And I can easily put in 4 to 5 hours tomorrow, and I'm gonna do that, and then go to lunch, and then I'll be coming home. And I don't want to do a program tomorrow. I intend to just kick back tomorrow.
You should.
That'll be a lot of fun. I haven't done that in a while, so yes.
Well, it's 12:22 now, my time. So you're fine. Nothing to apologize for. But that means we're already into your birthday at this point, right?
Yes.
So happy birthday.
Thank you, young man.
Happy birthday.
I hope you have a good evening, and I'm
having a great evening already.
Well, good. Continue to have a great evening. And I'm going to kick this cat out of my room, not literally, and I'm going to take my butt to bed.
Isn't that funny? Did you hear when you said that? I said, "Can I watch?" And then someone was,
that was me.
It was you. Wow. What does that say for this group?
A few things. It says a few things.
Yeah.
All right. Night, gentlemen.
Good night, Matt.
Sure.
Have a good one.
All right. See you, man. Good stuff. This has been great, man. We've had a lot of stories. I know you have a cat as well, Richard.
Yes, I do.
What is the name of your cat?
My cat is called Kitty.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did talk about that.
We just never got around to naming it. I tried. Tried to have my kids name it, but they just never got around to it. So by the time it got eventually just knew it was Kitty, and that's what it responds to. So to change it now, but just confuse it.
It's rather
Or
amusing
confuse me.
it's rather amusing how most of us have cats, except for that one right there.
Never been a cat guy.
Yeah,
I have a dog.
he has dogs, and the dogs eat cats.
One dog. And
Dogs
actually,
eat
no,
cats.
he doesn't hate cats. He hates squirrels.
Not always. Dogs and cats do get along. You see it every once in a while on a YouTube video where they're hanging out. But it depends if they don't know each other. I mean, even if cats don't know each other, they'll piss at each other and have a little cat fight. I mean, it happens. I'm not talking about couples either. I'm talking about actual cats having a hissy fight. So, yeah.
That's funny. Yes. If they grow up together, they actually do get along. Because I remember at my old house when we lived in Commerce.
Did you talk about
dogs and cats?
Never mind.
No, go ahead, Richard.
No. I was going to ask. I don't know if DA wants to go on anymore. He seems like he's.
Sorry, I'm just tired.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, it's late. I mean, for me, it is 1:25. So, but I'm a night person, so it doesn't bother me.
No, I generally am. I don't know why I'm so tired tonight.
Hey, I don't know either, but Richard, I would like to invite you to do a comic books program again. Get Peter Gama to commit.
Well, I mean, I know that we've talked about it, and I'm ready to go. So, I mean, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see if he's ready to go. And plus, you said something about. You said something about waiting for things to open up, but I'm just waiting for the word. All I need is someone to say, "Hey, I want to do a show. I'll be there. We'll do it up. I'll do it as best as worst. Whatever. I'll do it, and we'll see where it goes from there."
Both of you doing comic books, it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, talking to him, he seems to know what he's doing. You can see that I'm kind of bored. So I mean, it's really interesting how I'm bored. I'm bored now. I like it's cool.
No kidding. Do you see his screen there, DA? He looks bored now. See that?
I'm bored. I'm coming after you now.
Yeah, no kidding. We got to keep it cool.
But anyway, yeah, I'm ready. I don't care.
If I move, this right part of my head disappears.
Yeah, you are. I mean, I see it too. I mean, you look like you. Okay, at least you're not bald anymore when you do that. So it's very interesting. I'm sorry.
You always have to go to the hair. I
shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? It's fine. Yeah, you don't care. That's all right. You know what? Screw you. I'm going to scare all of you. See, there it is. Oh, no, I can't. I'm going through puberty again.
Okay.
And DA found another one. It's like, okay, where is it? Where's that bastard?
You getting pimples?
Yeah, I was telling DA.
Oh my god!
I think it's the shot that is screwing with me.
You're gonna have to use your daughter's Clearasil.
Oh no! Thank goodness they have great skin. They both.
Oh, well, I was just making it.
I didn't marry my first cousin.
Okay, well at least you know where to get some. You get some from Amazon or the CVS. You can probably get some Clearasil or whatever, and then you can pretend you're 17 or 16 again. And that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'd love to pretend to be that again, but. Let me see. I had one, I think it was like right here on the bridge. And then I have one just about right here. I was telling DA, man, I'm going through puberty, dude. It's embarrassing. But Josh says that he is not a fan of cats. So.
Well, not everybody is a fan of cats. You know, some people just, they're not. I mean, that's okay. It's cool. Just, don't eat them.
I'm still going to judge. I Raul, my DFW manager, when he lived here in California, we were in Monterey Park, so you can take it for whatever it is.
Well, I don't mean that. I'm just saying if you don't like cats. I mean, I know not any kind of thing. It's just.
Oh no! This is how insensitive I am. We're in Monterey Park, and at about 2 or 3 in the morning, we heard movement across the street. We're like, "What the hell is that? What's going on?" And all of a sudden, a little cat poked its head out from the hedge. I was like, "It's a cat! Oh my God! Run!" At the loudest at 2 in the morning. "Run, kitty! Run! The neighbors will eat you! Run!" Oh my God! And of course,
oh man,
Raul is
there we
dying
go.
because yes, he had neighbors.
Oh,
That,
jeez.
so anyway,
All
it was
right.
terribly insensitive of me.
But it
I
was
never
funny.
saw that cat again.
But it was funny, and that's all that matters.
Damn, it was.
Yeah.
Damn funny. But I never saw that cat again. So how
Yeah.
you feeling, DA? Looks like you're laboring a little bit.
Yeah, a little tired. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't be sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You've been on for how many hours now?
And
Three and a
for
half.
3 or 4 consecutive days now, or three out of the last 4 days. Yeah, and he's trying to get to normal hours now, and I've ruined that today, so it's all good. I think it's good. Richard, is there anything that you would like to talk about right now?
No, I mean DA needs to get his shut eye. So.
Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I appreciate the magnesium enema. I think I spelled it correctly, but I'm not certain. DA didn't reprimand me on that, so I think I'm good. But I do want to thank everyone for joining us. It's a lot of fun. Richard, obviously, we also had Matt on with us earlier. We had Joshua and, of course, DA. And there was someone else that was with us, too.
The quiet guy.
Damn it. Who else was on with us? Damn it. There was someone else that was on with us.
Well, who did you mention?
Well, Matt, the other Josh. Oh, and Josh. Oh, there it is. Yes.
Josh squared.
Yeah. Oh, Josh squared. That's very good. JJ, huh? It's Josh Jones, is it not? Well, he's still in our program. I think he's driving somewhere. So thank you, Josh. But we are going to go ahead and call it. It's been a wonderful program again. We were just hoping to have a good time spending it together. There was no plan. And Roger is still with us. Again, Roger, thank you. Seriously, Tocayo, thank you. I appreciate it. For those of you that know and don't know, Tocayo in Spanish means if I refer to Roger as Tocayo, I'm telling him one of the same name. So it's really cool. I do appreciate that, guys. I'm really looking forward to the day. And who knows? Maybe we'll be on air and fart around a little bit. But for now, we're good. Yeah, DA's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever. You told me no! But we'll see. All right, guys. Again, I want to thank you. Had a lot of fun tonight. And it went like I was hoping, DA. There was
we had
no
some
plan
pretty good laughs.
whatsoever. Yeah. And we did. We were laughing. It was great. And again, folks, this program is only as good as everyone. And it's not us here online. It's everyone in the chat room. And it's just fun. We appreciate your comments. And it is just a lot of fun. So that's going to be it. Remember, folks, Yellow Belly here is going to be signing off. That's the one I remembered. I actually do like high insurance premium. So we'll see. Good night, y'all. And we'll see what's going on. So, folks, from all of us here at Tuesday Nightmare Hunter in America, peace always and good hunting. We're out.
Good night, everybody.
Night.